everybody. This is Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Yay! We've got lots of gals here helping me out today. Carissa is the one packing up, and she's going to wave and say bye. So you guys know Carissa. She helps out with lots of things. And the past class challenge that you guys may or may not have gotten in on. Sorry, honey. Honey was on the chair with me. We have also Christy DeReiki here is helping out, and you guys, the Radically Retro Swap. The gals are swapping out the cards. Anna and Tammy are. So I don't know if you guys want to be on or not really. They're good. They're good. They're good. They said they're good. So when you're good, you're good. All right. So we have the retro swap cards. They all came in except for we're waiting on 2, and we're making it work to swap out everything except for those last 2 that are going to be in the mail tomorrow. So that is exciting news because those that are doing the Radically Retro Swap Party with us, those cards are going to get mailed out this week. So you'll have them in plenty of time for the swap party. We worked hard to get them verified and counted and swapped out so that you can have them in time. So that's awesome. Yay. And oh yeah, Chris is helping me write out cards, and Chris is helping me with my books, and oh my goodness, lots of stuff, you guys. We've been at it since what time? 9 o'clock this morning. Yeah, so good stuff, you guys. Always good stuff. Wow, you guys. So that's why I was a little bit tardy. We were working on last minute things while we were trying to get the live set up. So hi, Donna Grushke. Hi, Debbie Gass. Hi, Rose. And there's Sarah. Hi, Judy Sharp. Hi, Hope. Hope, you guys, Hope. Chris will remember Hope. We met Hope in the elevator. In Houston. Hi, Hope. Yay. Hope, I got your... Chris says hi. So remember, it was Chris and Chris. It was easy to remember. And then we have Carissa. So whenever I say Carissa, people don't know if I'm talking about Chris or Carissa because it sounds like Chris.
Or Anna.
Or Anna. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Hope, hi. I did get your email about wanting a few classes. I saw it late last night, and I was like, no, I'm going to try to dedicate tomorrow, you guys, to looking through all my emails and getting caught up on emails. I don't think I have anything on the calendar for tomorrow, and I'm hoping, no, I shouldn't say this, but I bet Tyler will have to work tomorrow, and so then I can get some emails caught up on. So hi, Faye Gobby. Yay, there's Mary Carls from Jericho. Hi, Angelique. Hi, Connie Moore. So Connie Moore, you can still order this class because we still have some left. Which is awesome. Hi, Mary Schreiber. We decided that after I missed the boat. Hi, Sandy, Coy, Emery. Hi, Susan. I missed the boat on doing the whole publishing of this class, you guys. I normally create the event on my website, and then I send an email out, and I put it on Facebook as an event. And I missed 2 of those 3 steps, and I figured it out on Tuesday night when I went to email out the PDF to all the class attendees. I missed sending out the email because I had nothing to piggyback off with the tutorial. Hi, Donna. And so what happened was I'm like, well, we had 60 people sign up for this class without even having an email and without having a Facebook event. So that means that we did a pretty good job showing it off in classes and also creating it on the website and having it on my PDF. But with that being said, we decided, and Tammy's like, oh man, when do you need these by? And so I said, we'll get them as soon as we can get them. So Tammy's going to work on helping die cut the other 12 sets over the weekend, I think is what her plan is. And then have them back here by Monday. And then Rhonda's going to help with the extra embossing. And we're going to kit them up between Monday and Tuesday. I've got gals here. We're going to get them kitted up, and we could possibly get them in the mail by Wednesday is our thought. So yay. So we're making more. And of that, I know Hope wants a set. And then if Connie, you decide you want a set, 3 others had already wanted a set. That leaves us with maybe less than 6 or 5. So don't wait if you want this. Mary Schreiber asks, where is she? Where is who? I don't know what she is referring to. You'll have to, if you're still looking to find that answer out, you'll have to tell me who you're looking for. Hi, Pat Fleming. Hi, Deanna Stell. Hi, Nan Ryan from New Orleans. Who else is with us? Hi, Carmen Melendez. There's Sandy Wicklander. Yay. And we also have Cindy Hutchings. Hi, Hildenell. So yay. All right, we have a great group of gals that are doing class with me today. Diane did this class in person with Chris, actually, on Tuesday. Do you have any words of wisdom for us today, Chris?
It's going to take you a long time.
Okay, she said it's going to take you a long time. Oh, Connie wants a set. Perfect. So Connie Moore, I will add you to my list. We can touch a base in the next few days about payment. And also Hope, I did add you as well. And I think that leaves like about 6 of them. So the advice though, some good advice would be to cut your tools, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So like thinking of that, I'm gonna pull my tools out. I was very fortunate because I have a friend, Barb Collins, who does not mind. Hi, Joanne Kahn, if you see it, I'm wearing your shirt, yay. Barb Collins does not mind fussy cutting at all, you guys. And so I sent out mine for fussy cutting. Hi, Suzanne Yield. And so mine are all fussy cut, all these tools. And I had them organized by number, 1 through 14, because there are 14 cards. So I have them categorized that way already. That would be like a good homework assignment before you really get started with this class. I know I sent the PDF tutorial out on Tuesday. Oh, you were looking for me because it was past 1. Got it. So I know I started the live right around 1:02 or something, and then we had 15 minutes of wrapping up with Carissa before she left. And so sorry about that, Mary. I was a little tardy. So I would highly recommend for those, if you don't have your tools cut, spend some time getting your tools cut and have that done ahead of time, because that will really help with making this class, I think, a little more efficient and more fun to work on, versus stopping cutting the tools and then stopping cutting the tools. Like, I'd say get those tools cut. Hi, Donna Grushki. Donna Grushki says, thanks to all the ladies for your help. Hi, Catherine Healy. All right, so I'm going to pull up the tutorial as well. So I have that here. In the tutorial, Jolene helped me write this. She coded these, you guys. This is what your tutorial has in it. She coded the tools with numbers. We hopefully made it like a paint by number type thing, so that you can see, okay, well, these are the 2 sheets of designer paper, and all the tools that have numbers next to them are tools that get utilized in the cards. And there are going to be tools left over that you could utilize within the insides of the cards, or I guess you could glue some tools on the outside of your card too. So I'm going to do roll call though before we get started. Chris, could you do me a favor? Sure. Could you just put these cards in number order for me? Like, just so they're 1, 2, like 1 on the top, 2, just put them in number order. The number should be on the back, I hope. Okay, so we're gonna do roll call. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody who participated and got kits in this class. Hi, Sherry Martin. I appreciate your support of my small business and all of the crazy. So first, Janice Ormiston. She was like, I think she signed up on the day we said we were doing a tool stamp stack. Christy Wilcher, Feline Mays, Shirley Malarkey, Sherry Everett, Sandy Coy Emery, Pat Fleming, Angelique McClendon, Brenda Cottrell, Sue Spigner, Laura Sullivan, Marianne Savre, Linda Scott, Becky Gandolfo, Karen Woods, thank you, Pamela Leahy, Debbie Lindauer, Judy Sharp, Cindy Runtree, Terry Costin, Sarah Mitchell, Debbie Gast, Shelley Cooper, Annette Rollin, Carissa Alberts, Helen Chase, Faye Godby, Rose Garibaldi, Kathy Showalter, Susan Bellamy, Carmen Sanders, Nan Ryan, Ann Van Willigan, Tina Bean, Carolyn Ketchmark, Suzanne Neild, Mary Carls, Ruth Nicholson, Sandy Wicklander, Leslie McMinn, Kat Langford, Vicki Rodriguez, Jenna Helms, Cheryl Thomas, Carmen Melendez, Francis Rodriguez, Sherry Pyre, Vera Anderson, Gwen Petrashek, Donna Grushki, Bonnie Kemen, Jeannie Parker, Quincy Bridge, Connie Moore, and last but not least, Hope. You made it onto the list. Hope, I'm so excited. So you guys, for you guys that didn't catch it, we met Hope in the elevator in Houston, and we invited her to hang out with our group as much as she could find us. We were wearing our bright yellow shirts, but that still wasn't always easy to find. So we were really happy to have you part of our group when you could be. So, all right. So I want to share something before we get started. So Tammy a bunch of you gals are here. Awesome. So Tammy Sikolik shared something with me. Was it Tammy? Was it Julie that shared the?
Julie showed it online.
Okay. So Julie Bierschbach showed something to us online where if you have a crummy ink pad that has like the crunchies on the top or the crusties, like the little pills that kind of form on the top. So what I would have normally crystallized there. That's the right word for it. I was thinking of every word but crystallized. So it crystallized and it like looks bad, and you think it's like sugar on the top. I need a drink. Hang on. So what do you do with that pad? I think normally you would throw it away, right? How many of you would have thrown that pad away because you're like, oh, this is garbage? So Julie Bierschbach found, I don't know where she found it or how she found it, but she shared a post with us. Let me know, you guys. So when you guys chat, maybe, I don't know if they can hear you chatting over there or not.
Sorry.
That's okay. They're getting excited because they're swapping out. But if you would have thrown that out, that's exactly what I would have done. And hi, Sharon Peralez. But Tammy brought this, and she was super excited to show it to me, and I couldn't wait to show it to you guys. So this was a tangerine tango. How old is this pad, Tammy? Is it probably like 5 years?
At least.
Yeah, it's probably 5 or 6, and it looks brand new. Like it looks like you hardly even used it. And what's happening when she opened it up is it had those crystals. So what did you do? You took it and you ran it under tap water?
So what I did is
They can't hear you quite yet. Come over. Yep.
So what I did is I just put my sprayer part on my sink, and I just kept running it
Under the sprayer like this. Okay.
And then I'd tip it to the side,
Okay.
kind of like that, and let it run down.
Okay.
And then I'd very gently just take my thumb
Okay.
and
Get
then
all the color out.
as much color as you can. And then I tipped it up in my drain board for
Okay.
a little bit to let it drain.
And dry out.
And just a couple hours later, I went back and sprayed it again, and more color
More
because the
color came
color
out.
ran down.
Okay.
I keep it tipped the same direction, and by the time I was done with work, I just took it out of the drain board and just patted it with a paper towel, and it was just it's going to look like one of your shams.
Okay, like dirty. Like, yeah, it's not white anymore.
It's going to be like a brand new sham. It's going to be clean.
Clean, but not white. But like
No, it's like a pinkish or
pinkish color.
purplish.
Okay, got it.
And then
okay.
some will show white.
Okay.
Depends on.
And then you had the re-inker.
And then I re-inked it, and
And I will
And then
bet
I
you
used
any
it
money
after, and it's
that this stamps
freaking beautiful.
amazingly well. I'm gonna grab a piece. So you
Yes.
guys don't. And so this one is one that had the crystals on it. Sometimes I get pads that are kind of like warped. They get mutey or like weird.
Well, the ends were lifted, the corners were rolled up, and it looked like somebody sprinkled sugar all over it. And it stamps absolutely perfect. And I'm so
Yeah.
excited because I'd vote for that color to come back.
Yeah,
I love it.
tangerine tango. It is. Was this an in color from many years ago, or was it part of the core line? I can't remember.
I don't know.
It was a core line. Tangelo Twist might have been the in color, but very cool. So you guys, we wanted to share that with you. So if Tammy wants to pop in here, and now you know who was talking. There's Tammy. Yay!
Sorry, I'm not beautiful. I'm working.
We're working girls today. So awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, Tammy. So in case you guys had never known you could do that, they're water-based ink pads, so you should be able to run water under them. So, but I wanted to share that because Tammy brought her pad, and I thought we might as well share it while she's here. So, hi Gwengoda. Okay, so Mary Schreiber has washed hers out and let it dry, and then re-inked it too. Very good. Very good. So, okay. All right. Are we ready? I'm trying to procrastinate, as you guys can tell. Mentally preparing myself for the class ahead of us. Because Chris has already said her advice was, it takes a long time. I don't know if that was...
Burn out.
You're going to burn out. She's like, you're going to burn out. Okay, well, we don't want to burn out. We can't have a burnout, you guys. That wouldn't be good for our underwear. That's a blowout. Okay. Oh, blowouts or burnouts? What is it? Bow ties or burnout? What is it? I was just to a baby gender reveal party, like to show if it's a boy or a girl, and it was bows or burnouts. And they had a car that spun the tires, and the tires popped open a powdery bag, and it had a big puff of pink. And so it was a girl. So that was it. Was bowouts or burnouts or bows. Anyways, the Trusty toolbox, you guys. Angelique says hi, Tammy. The Trusty toolbox, you guys. This is my little handy dandy DSP sampler, what I refer to it as, and I have a few left from the spring catalog yet. And it includes the sale-a-bration items, and this is a sale-a-bration paper. So the only way you could get this paper during sale-a-bration was with a $50 order, and we were able to accommodate a bunch of people to get in on a Trusty Tool Stamp-A-Stack. So in case you didn't get enough of the paper, you could get another pack with this class. You also would get one of these packs of twine, and it comes with a black, a white, gray granite, a crumb cake, and a vanilla. And then it also came with a classic matte dots. And then the other thing that was in with your kit is this pack. So this is, if you did the Be Happy Stamper pricing with me, you got this pack, which includes everything you need for the cardstock and die cuts, anything embossed, envelopes for the 14 cards, and you would provide then your own designer paper and gems and ribbon. Now, the gems I didn't pull. They're over yonder by my gem pile. And I don't know if I'll get time to put the gems on, so I might not do the gems with you guys. It just depends on where we're at. I did prepare myself, and I said mentally, hi, Irene Smith. I was joking last night at class that we got a long class ahead of us. So we have here the Trusty Tools bundle is what is in the mini catalog. It's a day off. Yes, Tammy's got the day off today too, and Anna's off tonight, right? Yep. And Chris is off.
Yep.
Yeah, it's.
I don't work Fridays.
Yeah, that, usually. So Trusty Tools is the bundle. You guys, this comes from the mini catalog, okay? We did pull in a few other stamp sets, just so you guys know where we pulled them from. Gone Fishing for some sentiments, Charming Sentiments, and Sending Smiles. So these are the 4, I believe, stamp sets that are referenced in the PDF tutorial. You could use the die cuts or you might not. It just depends on what tools you can use for die cutting. So I already have my tool sheets cut up. Like there's 2 sheets that are full. There are 2 tool sheets. That's a lot of words. Your tool sheets look like this. And you have 2 of each of them. And what I do want to call out is when Diane and I designed this class, we tried our best to keep the tools. So this is 2 sheets of one design, and then there's another sheet. There's one blue ruler here. And we realized when we designed that we thought we could work with 2 blue rulers and still stay within each sheet. Like you guys get 2 of this one, and you get 2 of another one. And what happens is we tried to only use 1 of each sheet so that you still have a full sheet left of each of them. Okay, so when we got to working on the numbers and the grid that we created for you, we did realize that with this blue ruler, you really only have 1 within those 2 sheets. But if you want to dip into that second sheet, you can, or you can improvise. So I think we've decided to figure out how to improvise and not dip into that second sheet of tools. I hope that makes sense. Hi, Nana, Stampin' Room. I sent an email that you want to take the class. Perfect. I will definitely catch it, you guys. My plan is to tomorrow spend the vast majority of my day getting caught up on all my emails. So if you've emailed me in the last while and you haven't had a response, then just be patient for at least 2 more days with me. And then if you haven't heard from me by Monday, then I would say reach out. But I have plenty of this one, I think. So I grabbed the other 4 sheets here that we're going to be working with, and we're going to work off of the tutorial, I think. Is that what Diane did with you guys? That you started and you cut 1 card at a time?
I stamped all mine.
Oh, you stamped everything.
And then worked from 14 backwards.
Okay. All right, got it.
I got 4 done.
I think what we're going to do, you got how many done? She's got
4.
She got 4 done.
I came from work. I was
Okay.
tired.
So what I think we're going to do for class today, I think we're going to cut the designer paper as a group. And then I think what we'll do is what Chris suggested is get all of our stamping done. And then what we'll do is focus on putting cards together. I think that might be our best bet. Angelique, I need another phone stand. Haha. I'll see if that'll work for right now. Yeah, that works. Okay. So I have these in order for you. When Diane and Chris and I and my mom, we kitted these up. I think Chris was here. I can't remember. This is so many weeks ago. We kitted this up. This top card is the first card in the tutorial. So we kitted these up in order 1 through 14. So the very last one is 14. So what I want to do with you is cut all of the designer paper so that we're not pulling out our trimmer, putting it away, pulling out our trimmer, putting it away, pulling out, putting it away. That doesn't seem efficient to me. So I'm not going to pull this out quite yet. What we're going to do is work on this first card here, and we're going to cut this designer series paper, these 3 pieces, and let's see how it works. So we're going to start with that. It's like a grid one. Oh my gosh. Let's hope I have it. Let's see over here. It's the back side of, oh, we did. We pulled the back side of one of the tools. So you're going to have to dip into one of your sheets of tools that you're not cutting from, and you're going to have to, because that's where this grid paper came from. So the grid paper is from one of the sheets of tools. All right, so you might want to make sure, you cut all your tools and figure that out, and then you're going to come into this sheet. And I'm actually going to go from a little section over here and like wedge out one of these corners. Okay, so I need that, and then I need the gray, which is this one, and then I need, there's also the bluish. So we tricked Chris the other night. She didn't realize that that gray was designer series paper, and it is. It is, and it's. And here's the blue. So the blue is also, you guys, we did have to make some blue cards for you, we needed to use the back sides of some of these papers so that, so just, you're gonna use these from, so I would definitely, when you go to cut this, don't cut where your blue ruler is in case you want that blue ruler. So stay off to one side. So for this one, we need 3 pieces of paper. And I'm just making sure I have them all right here, these 3. All right, so let's cut this first. The measurement for the width is always going to be 5 1/4. And for this one, they're easy. It's 3 inches, 2 inches, and 1 inch. So 3 inches, 2 inches, and then 1 inch. All right, but they're 5 1/4 wide. All right, so let's start by cutting our grid. I call it like a grid paper first. So we're going to do 5 1/4 wide, like this. And it's only 3 inches. So what you could do, if you don't want to cut all the way down, what you could do is go down to 3 inches and then bring this out and then find the 3-inch mark here. All right, so that is the first piece right there. And 3 inches is a little bit easy, like you wouldn't necessarily need 3 inches, you could do a little bit less, but so there's the one piece, okay? Then we need this blue piece. I'm going to take it out of this section right here. And this also is 5 1/4. But then this one's by 2. So I'm only going to cut down to the 2. So you guys might, if you've worked ahead and you've cut all this out already and you have it done, kudos to you. You get an A+ for effort in this class. Okay, so there's our 2-inch piece, right? And then we need, so this is the extra sheet of tools. And then we have here a gray piece. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to do 5 1/4 and wedge out 1 inch so that I'm not cutting everything. Okay, so there's what we need for that one. All right. Okay, we got one. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just leave this stuff on here and just start to make a pile over there. This one's not so crazy. This is one piece right here, and it's that gray piece we were just working with right here, right? So here it is. And on this one, I believe it's just 2 inches. So when you guys look at the tutorial here, it's listed out here as DSP and gray granite. It's a 4 by 2. So you can easily see the measurement amount. Now the question is, what do you want, where do you want to take it from, right? Because I already am just looking ahead here at the next card. And this, again, is another 5 1/4 by 1. So if you look through, I think that's what it is, 5 1/4 by 1. So if you look, kind of like look through the cards and see, well, where else did we use this gray paper? Like, could we benefit from cutting, like, so in this case, it's another 5 1/4 by 1. What you could do is line that right back up here at where it is at 5 1/4 and cut down another 1. And then what we could do here is notch this out right away, right? So there's our 5 1/4 for and 1 on that card. And then now we still need a 4 by 2. So where could we do a 4 by 2, right? So looking ahead to this card, this also uses the screwdriver pattern, and it's 4 inches tall going this way, right? So what we could do is just grab from this side 4 inches, like that. And now we've got a 4-inch section we can work with. Our gray is here, and we need 2 inches. Okay, so that little 2-inch piece is right here. And now we've got this kind of prepped and staged for a future card. That's it for this one, a little 4 by 2. Then this one, we need these strips with the bolts and the screws here. This is the DSP here. And so let's grab that pattern here. And the measurement on that one, if we go to here, we can see it's a 3 3/4 tall by 4 1/2. So what we could do is 3 3/4 tall. So let's do tall first. 3 3/4. Hi, Sonia Wells. 3 3/4 by 4 1/2. So let's go down to 4 1/2. And we're going to just flip this way and do 4 1/2. All right. Now we got to do a little bit more work on this one though, because we have panels that we created. Now it's 4 1/2 inches wide, and we need 3 panels. So if you take 4 1/2 divided by 3, you get 1 1/2. So what you can do is cut these at 1 1/2. And you might want to keep them in order. So what I would do is put the top one, the left one top, middle, and then the bottom one to the right, and keep them in this order so that you know when you put the card together, that's the order they're in. Okay? All right, so then we're on to this guy. This one's easy. It's that yellow ruler paper, and it is a 5 1/4 by 4. And we have our lines going this way. So I think what we'll do is we'll just cut a 4-inch section off of here. I feel like that is safe. And save this here for later. And then we're gonna flip it this way and do 5 1/4. All right, that's what we need for this guy. That's it. All right, nice one. That I like 5 1/4 by 4. This next one is a little bit easy too, I think. So this one is a 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so let's think about how we want to do it. I think we're going to do, there's no real pattern to it. So I think what we'll do is 5 this way, and then maybe we'll notch it out. So I'll just go down to 4 just to be safe. And we're going to do 3 3/4. Okay, so a 5 by 3 3/4 for this one. Perfect. Now this one, we're going to come back to that tool paper that we had staged, right? We have this at, oh, I did my screwdrivers going the other way, which is perfectly fine. I think for Diane's card, we had her screwdrivers going that way. It's a 4 by 2 1/2, if I'm not mistaken. Instead of, it's the 2 1/2. So we need 2 of those though. So right now we have 4 inches high, and we need 2 1/2. So I'm going to go 5. Right, because 2 1/2 times 2 is 5. And then all I have to do is slide my paper down to the 2 1/2. And then these are the 2 pieces. I'm going to put the back one, the right one behind, and the top one is the left. That's what we need for this one. Okay, we're cruising. Oh, another easy one here. I love it when they're 5 1/4 by 4. That's just easy, easy, easy. And it's the back side of this, right? So if you go to your leftover scrap pile from this cutting this, you can use the other side here and just cut it at 4. Oh, I'm sorry, cut it at 5 1/4. Right? And then you have your pegboard for this one. Sweet. All right, now back to this pattern. This is the back side. This is the back side of this one, and we need it here. And this one is a 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. And if we look here, there's another one here. The next card actually uses the back side. This is a 5 1/4 by 4. And that's a 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. And I believe that what we did is, let's look what would make the most sense for this. Let's do 3 7/8 here, and we'll just cut this off. That's fine. We're going to cut that way. We had just that little sliver here, which is fine. Flip this here and do 3 7/8. That is for the hammers here that are crossing. Okay, that's good. We'll leave this as a scrap. I'm not sure if we need it or not. But that one is 5 1/4 by 4. Now let's look at this. So this is 12 inches this way. So I'm going to cut it 4 inches this way. And we're going to do 4 by 5 1/4. Like that. All right, so that's all we need for this one. You guys are gonna be very, oh, there's just a little bit. I was like, I couldn't even see it, but there's a little gray granite down here. And it's, I think, 1.5 by 5 1/4. So let's find that gray granite piece, which is actually the red here. Well, if you're cutting it like me, you have this wedge left, and I bet that this is 5 1/4. Oh, it's not 5 1/4. It's gonna be too short. Oh, it's shorty. Okay, hang on. So we can't use that really, but we need 5 1/4 by 2, and I believe that, hey, this little section right here is perfect. So do your 2. We're gonna go down to 5 1/4. See if I can line this up again. Okay, I just wedged out my, oh, it's too much. It's actually 1.5. So we're gonna end up with a little 1/2 inch strip here. And I could save that if I wanted and put that on the inside, or leave it as a scrap. That's what we have for this one. Okay, we're cruising along. This guy is back to that pattern. That pattern is right here. And I'm noticing the next card here is also the same piece. It's this one. So I'm trying to figure out which makes more sense to do first. This piece is a 4, and it's by 4 7/8. Let's see here. I think what I'm gonna do is grab out the 4 here, like that. And then we have to be strategic about how we're doing this one, because it's a certain section that this needs to be. So it's basically, let's see here. It is, yep. So this is very important for this card right here. I skipped this one for the moment. Well, you know what? Let's keep them in order. We'll leave that over there for now. What we're going to do is go back to this. We'll keep it going in order here. This is 3 inches by 4 3/4. So we need 3 inches. So let's just cut here at 3 inches and go down to 4 3/4. And we'll flip this way and do 4 3/4. All right, so we're back on track. That guy's done. Now we got a little bit of studying on this one. So this is like a base, and then there's 3 drawers, and we just want our base to match up to what I have, and because that will make it the easiest. And I just gotta find, and it might be even going this way, like, I'm looking at the bottom from an angle. This is exactly it. Okay, so I can see my bottom here. There's a gray, there's gray, there's gray, and there's gray. And so you have to find the right section for this. And so what happens is we're going to cut, so this is 4 inches wide, and you need a big, small, small, big, big, right? And what we're gonna do is cut the gray off the top here. Hi, Catherine Anderson. All right, so we cut off this section. We might use this as our drawer yet, but you need a big, 2 smalls, 2 bigs, and the bottom here, you're gonna cut the gray off again. And we'll use those for drawers actually. All right, so this is what we have for the base. It's all about the base, no trouble. That is the size basically of your toolbox. But then we also need some drawers. We need 2 big drawers and 1 small one. So we can utilize one of these. We're just gonna cut it right above, no measuring, just I'm cutting it right right above. So that's our top drawer, right? And then we need the bottom drawer. So what we're gonna do, I have a little bit of red showing on here and I don't really wanna see it. So I'm gonna shimmy that off and then flip it around. And again, I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing where my trimmer is, and I wanna cut off the gray, like that. So to me, I have no use for really this, but if you want, you can always save this to use for another drawer. This is our big drawer, but we need one more big drawer. So let's see what we have here. This one right here will be fine. So we're going to cut this gray part off like that. And then we need to make it be 4 inches wide. And again, there's a little bit of red showing up here, and I don't really like that. So I'm gonna take and try to shimmy it off without making a mess. So I got new blades, you guys. I just put them on the other day, and they make all the difference in the world. All right, so what we have here, if you guys, when you're cutting your paper, just so it's, hi Dawn Tuck, so you don't like do it wrong. You have a big with no gray on the top, and then 2 smalls, and then 2 bigs with no gray on the bottom. And then you're gonna cut, this drawer is gonna end up going right here. This drawer ends up going right there, and then this drawer goes right here.
I hope the crinkling isn't too loud.
I don't know, do you guys, can you hear the crinkling in the background, or is it okay? They just asked, they wanted to make sure that it's not distracting for you guys. They're almost done. It's hard to not crinkle these bags, so, but they say they're sorry. So, but they're almost done. So, all right, now, there's one more thing on here. We need that little ruler, you guys. All right, so let's make a ruler, and you guys can find that by going here. But you should have this little scrapperoni left. And the size of this is basically, it's like 3/8, 7/16 really. But it's 2 3/4 or 2 7/8 wide. The main thing is I'm gonna look at that bottom edge here, and I'm gonna line up my bottom edge, and I'm gonna cut it so that that's the bottom part that I'm working with. And now what I wanna do, it's hard to have a measurement. What I wanna do is just cut it right there so that that top, this black, is gonna get cut off. And that leaves just a little room for us to write a sentiment or stamp a sentiment. That's basically what I wanted to get out of there. And then to make it, you know what, I'm gonna wait to trim my ends. I might just take my scissors and trim them, but I'm gonna leave that with that. Okay, that's good to go. And then I have 2 left. And then there was 2. Then there were 2. All right, I believe that, this I know is 5.5 wide, but it's 3 5/8. So let's find our pegboard again. Okay, the last 2 cards feature the same DSP here. So this one is 5 1/4 and this one's 5 1/2, but they're both basically 4 inches. So let's cut at, because I'm not concerned about the rest of the paper, I'm gonna cut this at 5 1/2. Okay, so this is extra. And this is now, we're gonna do 5 1/2 by 3 5/8, I think I said. 3 5/8. That would be this piece now. Okay, that's it for that one. And now this one is actually 5 1/4 by 4. So we'll do 4, and then we'll do 5 1/4. Okay, save strips, don't save strips, whatever you want. That's basically all of that cutting in a nutshell. Okay, so what we've done is we've just cut all of the mats or pieces that you need for your card. Now what we'll be able to do is start working on the cards, I think. Well, we'll see how we do. So what happens now, so that's basically all those measurements for you guys are in the tutorial. This tutorial is out there in my online store in case anybody wants to purchase it. Like if you want all that in a nutshell, like all the measurements, the pictures, if you go to my shop, online classes, tutorials, it's right here, Trusty Tools Stamp-A-Stack. It comes with the 14 cards, and you can get down to the bottom and pay for it that way, or you can send me money electronically. Whew, I felt cold air, and I didn't realize it was you walking by. I was like, whoa, fresh air came through. So you guys, that is out there. If you're part of my Inspiration Hive and you pay for the subscription either yearly or monthly, it's out there in the Inspiration Hive as well for you to find. All right, we're just gonna open this up. You guys, when you open this up, please make sure it's horizontal. Like when you get ready to go to bed, I say to Tyler, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be horizontal. Like I just cannot wait to not be on my feet anymore. So keep this horizontal, no verticalist with it. You have lots of little things that can flip out the end. So keep this horizontal, right? Just like that. All right, And you guys, this slip is your ticket to helping you figure out the class. It's March 29th, Trusty Tool Stamp-A-Stack. So when you go after tomorrow, when you go into this event on my website, the video will be linked to it. So you can always find the YouTube video easily that way by having the date there. All right, so now what's happening is these are in reverse order of what I have here. So we could do two things. What we can do is just squeeze this really good and flip it upside down. And then we can go and work off of it this way. So now we have these 3 pieces of designer paper, and we're gonna work on this card. And everything that we need that's extra is right here. All right, you're probably like, oh my gosh, there's only like 1 piece of paper. There's 2 pieces of paper. Well, this is where, if you have yourself a Barb Collins that helps you, like do all your cutting, you have everything lined up. And we can bring in our tools here for number 1. So here's our tools. Here are your tools. Wait, there's more. Look underneath your piece here. There are 2 circles, you guys. So Stylish Shapes got brought in for helping us out with some labels as well. All right, so the tools I have that I ended up going with, that Barb cut for me, are, I'm not good with like names of stuff, you guys, so don't judge, right? Like, this is a screwdriver. Chris, she just snorted. What is it? It's a wrench.
I don't know.
You don't know either. This is a wire snips. This is a channel lock.
Yeah.
These are the ends of a snips or pliers, and this is a wrench.
Yep, you're right.
Yes, okay. So, but going forward, I might not.
Level.
A what? I know what a level is, but going forward, I'm just gonna say I don't know what it is and just put it right out there if I don't know what it is, you guys. I know what a channel lock is. My ex-boyfriend taught me about a channel lock. It was his favorite tool in the toolbox, and so I had to go get the channel lock many times, I think. So, all right, burnish your edge. The other thing I'm not gonna do for this class, just to, like, cause I honestly don't know how long it's been an hour, you guys. I don't know. We're making 14 cards, so it might take more than an hour to finish. So class might be more than 2 hours. I already know that. But what I'm not gonna do unless I have time is I'm not gonna glue. I'll show you what I did for the inside for like the tool, but I'm not gonna necessarily pull my tool. I think I only pulled the outside tools. And we're gonna put them together. I might not put embellishments on, okay? That might be the only thing. Chris might be helping me put embellishments on later in life. All right, we need white, black, a little bit of gray, and I feel like, I hope that I have enough of my ribbons. I could always pull from somebody. I have somebody's kit that I haven't mailed yet, so I could always do that. Now, there's a process for putting this together. We did not give you guys a sacrificial lamb because I wanted to teach you how to do this, right? Because I might have forgotten to put it in anyways. And so we actually did the card where we didn't use an extra piece of white for you to connect all your pieces here. So I want to show you how you can do this, and especially if you want to save paper at home. This is how I would do it. So I would put my piece of paper, like the designer paper here, right? And you know that the adhesive needs to go here, and then this piece needs to go here. And what we are going to do is we're going to connect these 2 pieces of paper. And I guess I would highly recommend liquid glue because you've got a little bit of wiggle room with it. All right, so there's where our liquid glue is going to go. Again, hold this piece. Exactly. Now, if this bothers you and you're like, gosh, I'd just rather cut a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 in white and like glue them onto it, go for it. But this is how I would do this if you want to save a little bit of paper. So I'm just squaring everything up here, and don't worry at the moment if a little bit is extra right there. We can fix that. All right. Bye, Anna.
Bye, Anna.
Thanks for your help. Have a good dinner tonight.
Thank you.
All right.
Easter.
Happy Easter to you too. All right, so we've got that little bit of extra here. All you have to do is take your scissors and cut that off, right? We're good there, I think. So that's how I would connect those 2. And now you have your strip through the middle here that's gonna help cover up the seam. And if we need to, you know, I might just grab my little guy out and just trim that little bit off just to make it even. It'll just be better. Then we don't have to fight with it and compete with it the whole time we're working on it. All right, so now you've just connected these 2. And now what you can do is this little arm is gonna go on next. Perfect. So then this, you know, depends where you want it. You could try to center it. I have it a little bit south of the equator. so that it's like a little bit less blue than there is up here. And I'm going to try to line it up with that I got a full set of squares right there. Okay, so that's flush on this side. Now if I'm a little bit overhanging on this side, I can take my scissors and do that. Okay, and then next is ribbon. So you guys are going to get a lot of tear and tape sandwiches in today. You're going to be hungry for a sandwich later maybe. All right, so we're going to put the tear and tape where that seam is and pick that off. And this is using white. And we need 3 lines of it. Okay, so 1, 2, I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing, 3. And then what we can do is, I like to always look at the front when I'm doing this. And you can put the middle one in the middle. And eyeball the middle, and then keep it straight. There's that. Hi, Veronica. And then the other 2 can go to the left and the right of it. Did anybody finish their cards on Tuesday night or Wednesday night?
Nope.
What was the most anybody got done? You guys, they were here for 4 hours. Some started at 4 and they wrapped up at 8. And so what was the most anybody got done?
Julie, I think, got quite a few of hers done.
Julie got quite a few. Okay,
Most of hers
epic.
done.
Okay. That would, yep. All right, so you guys, tear and tape sandwich, you're just going to put the tape right along the back, and then we're going to glue this right onto the card front. Like that. Sorry, tools, we're covering you up today. All right, that goes here. Like that. All right, so we're going to do this with gray granite, and we're going to do Happy Father's Day. Once I find it. Thank you. Oh, thank you, or Happy Father's Day. Well, these are going to be prizes. So, do I do Happy Father's Day? I'll do Happy Father's Day. I got to find it. There it is. Okay, so on your little circle, style a shape. If you want to practice, you could always practice on the back. Okay, it's photopolymer, so it's really easy. Really easy. Veronica, the annual DSP sampler price is $30 and then $10 for shipping. I do have some left for the spring mini catalog as well, if you are interested. Those were $26. The reason that the annual catalog is more is because there's 6 in-color families that are extra with those, with the annual catalog. Okay, so let's see what the inside says. I don't know if you're the most awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna leave my insides blank, I think. And then whoever wins these cards can always stamp what they want. All right, so how are we gonna do this? We're gonna grab some dimensionals, and I think what I'm gonna do is put one at the top and at the bottom for now, and the sides, but I'm gonna leave the sides not sticky so I can tuck some tools in. And then this is going to go on our circle. All right, so now I'm going to do another popping up at the top here and the sides. And I'm going to take off the top and the bottom again, leaving the sides so I can sneak my tools in. All right, so this is going to go right about here. And then this little screwdriver goes across the front here. You're going to need to cut your, let's cut it this way. We're going to need some halfers here. So we can pop the handle up here like this. And then we're going to use a little bit of liquid glue along the front here. I'm going to leave that open, I think. All right, so this is going to be angling like that. All right, then we need, okay, so I opted not to do my level in this one. So I have this guy instead that I'm going to put over here. And then this one, you guys, even though it's missing the end, it'll still work. And then this one will get tucked. We need a double stack though, because I have two heights going on. One with the Lost Lagoon circle and one with the other. So we're gonna go, you know what, actually I bet we could have been fine with one, hang on. I changed my mind. I can do that, I'm a stamper. Okay, so we're gonna do one right there. That's this one coming out. Then this also needs a little dimensional at the top. You can also put more glue dots and all that stuff in here. This one goes from behind though. So, and because these are similar, I might put this one where my pencil goes, but the pencil isn't there. And then this guy, we're gonna find a little halfer here. And on the outside handle here. And I might just, because I know I don't need all that back there, I'm just gonna cut it off. And that'll fit in here like that. Good deal. And then we have these handles left. We're gonna put them hanging out like that. And we can always pick these up and move them slightly if we want to. Because I didn't push them down very, well, that one stayed there. So one moment, please. We're gonna start over with that one. I was gonna make a little bit more room. Let's try this one more time. All right, we're gonna have this come out over there. And then our upside down. They look like legs hanging out upside down to me. So we're gonna grab one here and one here. And then this is gonna go from the behind, like right there. Okay. So now what's happening though is like you could pick off that dimensional here, that dimensional, and the two that are underneath here aren't going anywhere because stuff is holding it down. So I'm not even gonna worry to try to pick it off. So, and you would add on this one 2 gems over here, the white ones, a big and a small is what I have added on there. So, okay, we got one, yay. One done. So, and it looks good. You guys, if you had the ruler or these upside down legs like that, we didn't have the pencil, that's what, we noticed that there was only one pencil. When we designed this, we were working off of scraps that were left over from, basically from the sweet class that we did. And so, all right, so you guys, you're up for your inside, however you want to do it. So, there we go. One done, yay, okay, yay, all right.
1 hour later?
1 hour later, we got our first card made. An hour and 10 minutes later, yep. Well, and actually, we didn't really start. It's only 53 minutes in. We didn't start on time. All right, next, this one is number 2. This one, you guys, one of your envelopes is here. So of your 14 envelopes, you had 13 in the back and 1 here. We did choose to use 1 here because we had all these little bits and parts. So Tammy and her mom and Anna, they did all this die cutting for you guys, and we didn't want any of it to be like missing for you. And these are super little pieces. So that's why when you look in here, those are the 3 pieces that are in this envelope, where all the rest of the other 13 envelopes are together. All right, so then this one, the card looks like this and like this. So you could take this and burnish it like this. And this is, we're gonna keep it horizontal. Rhonda did your embossing. Everything embossed in this class was with the metal plate embossing folder. It came in very handy to have that metal plate for this class. So this is gonna get glued over here. So let's go ahead and do that. Guys, again, I'm gonna hold off on insides for now. I'd rather get the card outside finished. Oh, I left the glue off there. I'd rather get the card outside finished with you than worry about the insides at the moment. So this is gonna go on the left-hand side. You wanna make sure you're flush on at least 2 of these sides. And that glue needs a moment to bond to that raised part of the metal plate. And then any part that's hanging over, go ahead and just snip it off. And you're going to need your tear and tape for a tear and tape sandwich. So 2, hi Laura Sullivan, you're here, yay. All right, so flip this over. And then you're gonna need 3 lines of white. So again, I'm not gonna get my ruler out and measure. I'm just gonna hold it right past the edge of the card, make sure I've got at least maybe a 1/2 inch to work with, so I'm not struggling on the bust too much. And then for this one, I'm gonna put one of them right over the top of the gray to help hold the gray designer paper flat. Okay, and then the next 2 are gonna go right next to it to the right side, like that, and one more. So you could just put 1 line, but honestly I think that having the 3 is more pronounced, and you've got a lot of baker's twine, so you might as well use, you could even do 4 lines if you wanted, but I think 3 is a great option. 2 works, but 3 is better, I think. So this can get adhered down to our gray granite base. Flirty and gray actually go really good together. All right. So now we're going to go to our tool bag number 2. Thank you, Barb Collins. I might say that every time. All right. So we have here the saw blade that'll go there. You've got this kind of, you know, even though the tools are on the edge of your paper, that stuff will still work for these cards. We've got a C-clamp, ha ha ha, that I know. There's a hammer right here, a little wrench across the front, and I think that I actually had her pull that in as for my inside, so I grabbed that. All right, so then we have these little bedazzly like nuts and bolts, and then it's wishing you the happiest of birthdays. This one comes from Charming Sentiments. All right, so let's grab, it's photopolymer and it fits just right in here. Catherine Healy, thanks for answering that. 1-ish was the correct answer. It was like 118, I think. So that was close. All right, so there's our sentiment. And now, how would we put this together, right? So I know where I want my sentiment to go, right? So I'm gonna put 3 dimensionals across the back, right? But stuff needs to tuck in, and I don't know how I'm gonna tuck it in. So I think most people would try to put the tools down first, but I like to put my label down first, and I'm only gonna pick off this right-hand side, and I'm gonna get my label kind of positioned where I know that I want the label to go. So I'm kind of like 2 finger widths over here. All right, and it's only gonna stick here. I can still work with putting my tools in over there. Now I'm gonna grab the saw blade and I'm gonna put a dimensional at the top and a little liquid glue there. And now this I'm going to tuck in to bed right there. And I'm looking at these little lines. I wanna see them. So I make sure they're over there or over there. And hang on, I'll get that out of the plastic in a moment, so you guys can see it without the glare. Okay, so there's my saw blade in action. Now the hammer is going to get popped up on its end here. And I think what we could do is, we'll just run a little bit of liquid glue here. And now I know that I'm gonna tuck this guy right along the edge. It's gonna be coming out right about there. Good. And then this one, I really did it. I took the smallest, teeniest, tiniest, thinnest little section of dimensional and I ran it on the back of my flathead screwdriver. Like that. And you could put a little liquid glue at the bottom here. And then this is coming up right about there. Okay? Our C-clamp, little dimensional on the back of this as well. There is maybe right here. And then there's another section I can grab. Oh, that's my ribbon and scissors. I'm just gonna cut this because I feel like we're gonna need this. And this can fit right through the middle here. And then we need one more small dimensional right on the bottom here. All right, so what we're trying to do was make it look like the C-clamp is like holding down the label. There's nothing else that really needs to tuck behind, so now is the time to actually pull these backs off, right? Get your label down straight, and we're gonna tuck that C-clamp. Unfortunately, like the back part goes behind, and then this looks like it's kind of clamped on it like that. And we're gonna bring it in a little bit closer, like that. Okay, something like that. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so this one is going to get a little dimensional on both ends here. And then there's that. That can go over here. And then let's see if this will work here. And then I'm going to put a little dot of liquid glue right along the corner there so that when it captures it. Okay, and this is going to go just across. Okay, depends how you want it. I think I want it like this. It's a different one, but it still works. It's perfectly fine. So that'll go across like this. Cool beans and bagels. All right. Very good. All right. We're not quite done. We have a couple of these bedazzly things to do. So what we've got, they all come from one die in the die set. So we're going to put the two down here. They actually act like bling for your card. Thanks, Laura. All right, and so that guy here. Thanks, Carmen. Like that, and then we'll have this guy. Oh, you put two. You know what? I think that I had the class set for 1 o'clock. I know that in the future when we do wild ferns, I have 2 o'clock. Only to make sure I give Diane enough time in the morning to finish off her in-person class. Okay, and I've got 3 gems over there, and then 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 of the white ones. And on this, what you could do for the inside is, it's a little bit big to put the whole thing there. So that's why I was okay not having the whole thing on there. We're gonna go like this. Like that, and then we can take our scissors. If you want the whole thing on, you can do the whole thing. It's all up to you. It's all up to you to decide. Okay. Whew. Chris, 2. I'm gonna pass you in a moment. You good 4? Good 4?
I got 4.
You good 4. All right, you guys. There's our number 2. Very good, very good.
I still got 4.
And you all right. Let's go to number 3. Numero 3. All right. Let's see what you look like, little guy. All right. We have these pieces to work with. All right. A little order to this one as well. Let's do our stamping. Wishing you everything wonderful. And that is from the Charming Sentiments as well. That fits right in our awesome label. The label comes from Something Fancy. Every time I say Something Fancy, I think of Reba McEntire. Fancy was her name. Oh, good stuff, right? Okay. Music. I like to say words and song, like words from songs, you guys. I think you figured that out, but I don't know like all the words from all the songs. I make them up. Yes, this is very true. All right, we can burnish. Burnish, burnish. Hi, Vicky Rodriguez. Well, we're only on card number 3, so if you stay tuned to see how it's done, whatever you want. All right, let's grab our tools. Let's see what our tool bag number 3 has going on here. Fancy was her name. Uh-oh, I have a red clamp in here. Oh, man. I don't know if that's right, but let's see. I got a pencil, a red pencil. I'm going to set these over yonder. And we have that guy is right. That guy looks right. Okay, so you guys, the saw. This is not right. It's backwards. Okay, it's all good. We'll figure it out. So that. this, I'm gonna do 2 wrenches on here, I guess. The saw handle is correct, but my, my saw blade is not correct. So let me just see in my extra pile here. The saw, as you guys can see, the saw is not gonna work that way. Let me just see what I've got for extra. Extra. Read all about it. Okay, so let's just see what I've got for tools here. What's happening is these are not one saw. They really are 2 saws, and I wonder if I have the wrong one marked. But we need to find like this guy right here. So there's our handle. That was perfect. But what we're gonna, and we can't have that jaggedy tooth one. So we need something like this one right here. I'm just gonna go grab this guy out. And really all we need, you guys, is like that much, okay? So we are gonna connect our saws together. I think we got the wrong one in here, so we'll just put that off to the side, and we're going to use this one instead. And I am not going through the effort to do all the little teeth. And, okay, now we're back. So there's our saw, and really it does have the handles like that, and that was from a different saw. Because if you guys saw, ha ha ha, get it? Saw. If you saw, that's your saw. Lots of sawing going on. All right. What do we do first? Let's put this in here. Oh, let's see what the inside is. That dude. Okay. So let's figure out how to do this. Oh, company's coming. All right. So I have these in this order, so I'm going to flip them this way. And I am going to pop these up with dimensionals. Why not? Well done. Okay, I am very excited. By the end of this class, this sheet will be finito. Haha, or I finished it. All right, let me grab a new one. I definitely want, we're going to start with this little guy. Pick these all off. Now you gotta be careful putting these down. You kind of gotta make a good guesstimate of where the middle one needs to go. And I'm gonna guess right about there. Okay, and then we're gonna try this one. And hopefully I have them in the right order. I'm flipping them. See, that does connect. This one can go right next to it. So I left more space on the outside than on the inside, and I'm okay with that. All right. And then we're gonna put this one right next to it. And I think I'm okay. Like, Well, so what happened to me is I was a little bit more to the left, and that's why I said don't press down hard. You could potentially pull these up, and now that I know about what I'm working with, I can move that guy over and try again with this one. Now I'm going to center these, and now I'm pretty good. Okay, so then we have this strip right here, and we actually have the linen thread or the baker's twine going behind this one. So you're going to want to grab a short tear and tape to go there, and then have 2 shorties waiting over here. Okay, and the ribbon you need to, or the twine, again, just kind of eyeball what you need. And one more right like this. Okay, pick these off, and I'd start with the middle one, and then I do the outer 2. Now be very careful not to pull it too tight, because if you pull it too tight, your paper is going to start to, it's going to bend a little bit, so try to keep it straight. Like that. And do that flat. Hopefully it will straighten out a little bit. And one more, una más. Like, okay. Hopefully that works. And then what we'll do is put these down. All right, I'm going to trim these off so they're not hanging all over the place. And I think this is going to get glued flat across here. You have to be very careful how we're going to do, because over on the side here, I put 2 little baby dimensionals over there because I had a little bit more space. I don't have as much space, so we're going to see how this is going to work. I think what I'm going to do is pull these off. And we're going to run the liquid glue over that. Find out where it needs to go. And it goes all the way. If you have tear and tape hanging over, just roll it right back. Oh, Carissa, what did... Ew, she made it home already? Chris is home. Holy Moses.
She went to school for Washington.
No, she was going to Watertown.
That's right. It's about right time.
Yeah, an hour. She left an hour ago. Isn't that crazy? Wow, and we've only made 3 cards. Go, Carissa. All right. So there. Got that taken care of. Now what's going to happen is there's a little tear and tape action that's going to be sticky. You might just like it like flat like that on the edge, holding it down. I mean, if I would have known I was going to do that, I would have probably wrapped the twine behind here, but it's okay. It is what it is. So the other option would be if you don't like it squishing down like that, what you could do is grab one of these guys, and put it right there, and then grab one more and put it right there, and now that will catch that, and that will help hold it up. And you could do the same on this side too. So just don't want it to be going over the edge. And one more. So your call, however you guys want to do. If you want to be nitpicky with it, or if you don't, totally up to you. Depends how much you want to struggle with it. Okay, squish that guy in there. All right, perfect. Now, this can get glued down. The one thing I did notice is I have this just a hair longer than what I would like it to be, but I've already got my twine on there, so I'm not gonna adjust it. That goes on here, like that. Okay, so we have here labels. Same concept with the label. Let's glue the 2 together. There's nothing that says we can't do that right now. Let's glue these 2 together. Like that. All right. And then we're gonna pop them up. And to do the popping up, we're gonna create a channel. And, because I've got that twine in the middle, so we're gonna put this down here. And then this guy can go here. Perfect. And then I just centered this with the twine going through the middle. Now, one moment. I didn't do what I was going to do, was kind of not take all of the tear or like the sticky part off. So what we're going to do is we're going to eyeball up stuff and kind of attach it. It's not what I normally would have done, but we're gonna go this route just because. So that one goes there, and we're going to do, did I glue the inside in? I don't know if I did. I don't think so. Nope. Okay, so this one goes over there with the saw. This is this. That's that. So it looks like I'm going to do 2 wrenches here on the side, which is okay. We'll do one with the back end out and one with there. I'm good with that. So that's how we got that. This one kind of goes over like this. I don't want to see that right there, so we're going to cut this stuff off. And then we can tuck him in later. And I think that we're going to let this be for right now. And add one more dimensional on the side over there to help. Okay, something like that. Now this one needs a dimensional. Oh, look at this. Barb cut out the middle for me. All right, so We're gonna pop that up here, and then I need a half of one up here to help hold it. We're gonna have this coming out, making it look like, right, like that. And then this one, we're gonna glue it flat. So we gotta make sure our angle is right so that it's coming out good. So let's just see here. Let's put the little glue back here. It might go more like right like this. And then we're gonna have to just pick this up and maneuver it out just a moment, like that. And then last but not least, this little guy can get a blue dot, and so that can come up like that. Okay, we also need one behind this one. Perfect. And then the last little arm thing here, what I would do is just flip that up and put a little glue right like that. Whew, that one made me work for it. Okay. Oh, wow, okay, so gem here, here, and there. So I've got 3 gems on there. And they look pretty similar, just like a little bit different with that guy. How'd it go, Tammy?
It's all done.
All done, yay.
I left you a note on your, right there for you with your stuff, and
Okay.
brought you bags for the newcomers.
You need bags. Oh,
I brought you bags for the newcomers.
very good.
scraps, so
Very good. Thank you.
just gotta get your backs,
Yes.
to stiffen them up
Yep, perfect.
and label them.
You guys, we finished the sheet. Yay. Okay. So that's what we have for you for this one. All right. Got it. Okay, I'm going to save the inside for later in life. Okay, yay. There's 3. Boom, boom. Have a good rest of your weekend, Tammy.
I will.
Thank you so much for all your help.
Yeah. Do you know how tall this is? This door, by me, on.
There's a yardstick in there. There's a 3-foot yardstick in there. So I'm guessing it's 8 feet tall, if I have to guess. Yep, it's right. It's a green yardstick, I think. Find it? Oh, yeah, you did. Perfect.
I know my wheels are just turning.
All right, so this one is the black. Okay. And we have the yellow rulery piece here. And then you guys, we're going to stamp the dad on here. This is embossed for you already. This will go like that. And let's grab our baggie of tools. And let's see what's in here. Number 4. Okay. Oh, so here's a thing that you guys might notice. This one goes the opposite way. So with knowing that, if you grab one that's the opposite way, you might just alter this slightly and have it be the opposite and have this go like this. So it's like a mirror image, right? No problem. That still works. So like that guy would go like that. You've got the little ruler up that way, and then your hammer could go this way, right? So it's still gonna look the same, but just opposite. And the pencil is what's on the inside. So on this one, oh, I need a black ink pad. My white black pad. Where did we just, it's over by where Judy Immel was working over there.
White, black?
Well, it's my white pad that's memento.
Oh.
I call it, it's underneath the glue dots. I see it. Oh, no, 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 to the right, 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 there.
Where? Oh, there.
Underneath the mini glue dots. Perfect.
Oh.
So this, you guys, I call this my white black pad. Because it's my white pad that I made black, right? Boom.
Right.
It's my Memento-y pad, but it's not really memento. It's memento refill, I should say. All right. So what are we going to stamp? Dad. Your dad. So, all right. We talked about this in past classes. Now, just because you may not have a dad currently in your life, they might have moved on or gone to different places, right? Which happens to all of us eventually. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a son who is a dad, or a brother who is a dad, or a nephew who is a dad, or you might have grandkids who have dads, right? And so I don't know how this is going to work, but what you could do is, we talked about, well, I don't have any dads in my life to give cards to. Well, are there people in your lives that are dads? And also, do you have people, like kids, that you could give these cards to, that they have a card to give to their dad, right? So we still need dad cards in our lives, right? Is what I'm getting at. Oh, and there was a fuzzy right there. Okay, so let's get that cleaned off and we will try again. Otherwise, I was okay with it. So dad, we're just gonna put dad on here. Dad. All right, and on the inside, I've got Happy Father's Day. So I wonder, there's dad, good job. And then, did we pull out Happy Father's Day, Chris? That is, you did, okay. You did, oh, I see, congratulations.
Maybe I didn't.
Hang on, is it this one? You did, good job, Chris. Yay. I just wanted you to stand up and stretch your back.
I get a star.
You get a star. Happy Father's Day. So, it's a great Father's Day card. So you look how good that stamps with that white black ink pad. Oh yeah. Okay. So, I love it. And that's back in stock now. Okay. So what we can do is we're gonna glue our little pencil in. I'm seeing that I have a glue ball booger on there and it doesn't help. So when I keep my glue open like this and don't shut it in between using it, I notice it dries out the tip a little bit more. I get the glue ball. All right, so we're gonna do the pencil up that right-hand side here. And look at us, we're gluing the inside in. Why not? Okay, so we're gonna shimmy everything off to the side here. And pop that inside. Very cool. The pencil matches very nicely. Okay, let's move this over. So what I would do, all right. Well, this one uses some gray granite ribbon, finally, something else. All right, we're going to put a little bit of tear and tape on the back here. Hi, Polly Libby. So 2 of them waiting over here, and this like that. And I think I'm just gonna guess. Ooh, it came right off, look at that. All right. So we need 2 gray granites, and we're gonna use up this little guy here soon. So 2 of these, like that. And I don't know, it looks like about 1 inch from the bottom. So I'm gonna just guess and go like right about here. Ha ha ha, I'm gonna hold it the right way though. Right here. Okay, so there's 1. And then here's a second one. All right. Perfect. Chris, would you want to answer this for me and make sure it's okay? And just tell her I confirmed with my mom and dad and that the 8th at 11 works for my parents. The 8th at 11 works, and she's going to tell you something. You can answer this for you. Sorry. Don't trip over the box. All right.
I'm answering for Christine. I'm doing a live right now.
All right, I'm going to put these back on, you guys, because what we're going to do is grab, you know what? This is a great use for some black dimensionals, right? So I'm going to pop the rest of this up here with some black dimensionals. And then we'll put that onto that ruler piece. Like that. The black dimensionals come in really handy when you are using darker cardstock like this. You don't see them. All right. And then this is my bottom. And now remember, I'm going to do mine the opposite. So when I do the opposite, it's because my saw here is the opposite saw. So I don't know what we did for the guide, if we did the opposite saw or not, but we're going to just put this right over here like that. Okay. And then what happens is this crushed curry piece is going to come out. And if you want to see the baker's twine there, you can. I think I like it flush though over there. And to help this, I'm going to use a track as well. Again, when I use ribbon, I don't like to put the dimensional necessarily over the top of the ribbon because it kind of makes it bumpy there. So what I'm going to do is take this black and run it this way. Save that for later, and then do this one going this way. And then my baker's twine will go right through the middle. Like this. Something like so. Okay. I did really good on the first one, and now I forgot about this one. We got to get our tools in here, though, because if we put this down, our tools are not going to necessarily be able to go where we want them to go. So let's kind of set our tools onto here where we want them and see if this will work. Okay, because they might catch underneath here. So something like that is good. All right, let's put that, and then we're gonna get our little hammer like that. All right, that's how I would put that, I guess. You wanna make sure you don't forget to put your tools in. And now, do our tools, like this, the little level got lost a little bit. So actually, he would be fine hanging out for a moment before we go back over here. The hammer's okay to me. And now what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna get glued flat here in the middle, but we're gonna run that track of dimensional right over the top here like this. And we'll do another one next to it. Hi, Sherry Everett. So happy that you made it finally. Yay. All right, so then we're gonna put the liquid glue here. And then our dad can go right like this, or whatever sentiment you so chose can go here. And then what we're going to do is grab one of these little black dimensionals, and we're gonna put that underneath where our hammer is, the hammer. All set, Chris?
April 3rd at 9:30?
Yes, perfect, that'll work. Okay, cool beans. And then,
Sure, everybody has your dad's schedule.
yep, perfect, and that's good. So then now this one we can just tuck in here. Thank you, thank you. All right,
I don't have cards.
you're out of cards?
I don't have enough.
Oh, how many are we short? Did you get through January at least?
I got through January, part of February.
Part of February. Okay. So we'll have to figure out how many more we need, and we might have to just make other ones.
Okay.
Okay, now then this can get glued. I mean, you could have glued that designer paper down whenever, because it really, you could have had that right on your card already. But here we go. I like the black and the yellow, you guys. It's so cool. Now this is like complete construction-like for me. And you can see how they are the opposite. But yet you're getting the same card at the end of the day. Right? Yeah, and if you wanted, you could even pull that hammer up. I noticed that hammer's up a little bit higher, but either way works. And then I've got gray gems on here. 1, 2, 3. I'm not done though. And so with this, I would grab, oh, there we go. We finished off the roll. What we're gonna do is take these two little baker's twines, and they're gonna go underneath there, and we're going to tie an overhand knot. You don't have to do this. If it's too much, you can leave it, and you might not even want to put baker's twine on, but what we're gonna do is just tie this on, see? And then you've got a little bit of tails going on here. Perfect. Okay, just added a little bit extra zhuzhing up. So, yes, Hope, you're gonna try it. Good. So they were out of white ink pads until they just came back in, I think, this past week. All right, so, oh man, we got 4 done. Okay, very good, very good. We're cruising for bruising now. Okay, so let's move on to number 5. This guy, or girl, whatever it looks like to you. All right, so let's grab Pinky and let's burnish this one. So you have your white inside, your gray sentiments. Okay, everybody got a half of a bedazzled up wrench, okay? So the wrench is actually more, and everybody got a half because we designed it with you only needing half of it. So this guy can get glued onto your gray granite mat, like that. And what you can do then is prep. So, okay, now this is how I, like when we design, this is how like I sometimes do it. I would get the sentiment stamped, right? because I don't necessarily want to guess where to put the ribbon because I might guess too low. So this is really, really how I try to do things with ribbon. So we're putting our sentiment on our label. The labels this time are from the Nested Essential Dies. Okay. And this one is glued flat onto here. So there's nothing going in the middle of it. All right, so we're just going to glue that. On here. Like that. Okay, so now the ribbon. All right, what I would do, so because you don't know where it's going to go yet, so this is what I would do. Put a dimensional at the top and have a dimensional prepped for at the bottom, and then grab maybe some small ones actually and have them ready along the edges like this. Whoa. Everything went flying. So we're going to cut 3 little sections here. And the top ones you're going to want to take, like we're going to be strategic about which ones we take off. Okay, we're not taking just all the top ones, but they're all, this is prepped and ready to go. The top one here is fine because nothing really goes back there, and this one over here would be fine. But all the rest, we got to be a little bit careful. And now I put the label down where I want my label to go. Okay, so something like that. All right, then we want gray and white linen, or baker's. If I call it linen thread, it's baker's twine. So we're going to do a gray and a white, and then we're going to set a white one off to the side here, and then a gray long one, and a gray shorter one, like that. Okay. And then now what we're going to do is our tear and tape goes along the back here. And we're going to do 2 over here. And you can do is capture the 2 ends. Like hold this so that's coming right through the middle of your label. And then what we did is we twisted it. So it looks really cool twisted. And the other thing is you have these 2 little guys. We should set them down so that they're underneath already, right? That will help us later when we want to, so we don't have to decide to squish them under, right? So then this now can slide underneath here. Keep twisting it. And catch that tear and tape back there, right? And so now this is ready for us to tie because it's tied on the side there, and that's ready. And now we didn't really have to guess at all where the ribbon goes. Now, like that's what we do a lot when we're designing because we don't always know how things are going to lay out. So we got that prepped. Now this can go onto the base. Okay. Another one with gray granite and pink. All right. So we've got our tails here ready to tie now. We could do that now. We could do it later. Whatever we want, but they're underneath there and ready to go. I'm just going to set them off to the side for now. Okay, let's grab the baggie of tools. Oh, what number are we on? I feel like we are on 5, and I don't have a saw blade, so hang on, let's see what I can find. It's always a surprise now. The first one I was really good, and now after everyone after, I'm like, oh, let's see what we find. We've got our little tape measure. We've got a paintbrush, and I think the paintbrush is for our inside. We've got, it's a screwdriver, the channel lock, and we have this. And so I need to get a saw blade, and there are saw blades. There's leftover saw blades, and I actually am going to grab from over here. So even when you think you have your tools cut, you need more tools. So this saw blade will work, right? Even though we're missing that bottom edge, we can use it. And I'm going to try to follow the teeth. There is no die for this. All right. Perfect. Then, now I think we're back in business. So that one's perfect for right there. So what I would do is take 2 dimensionals And this now goes underneath here, like kind of comes out from the peak to the peak here. Okay, and then you have this guy, we'll get a dimensional at the bottom. The awl needs a little dimensional on the screwdriver gets a little dimensional on the back side over here, and then we'll glue the rest. Our little bedazzly wrench can have a dimensional right there. You see that'll kind of tuck in here. And our channel lock, that can get popped up. And now we're not going to need all of it, right? Because the tails are, that's going to come out. So we're just going to give it a haircut like that. And then this will go underneath like that. Okay, so now we're at a point where we could start pulling off some of these back pieces, right? So when we pull this one, that, and then over here we could pull that. That bottom we could pull, and I think then they're all ready to go. And then this, we'll get a little bit of liquid glue, like that. And that's gonna come across here, like that. And then this little tape measure, could put a little bit of glue at the top here. I didn't pop that up, so we're just gonna let it be. So this guy's hanging off on the side here. And then this now, just do an overhand knot. I didn't do it right away because I didn't want to wreck the tails at all. So tie that into a nice knot, and then you can trim your tails. Okay, and then you've got gems. We've put 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 2, 3 there. And that kind of helps offset the weight on that side. Okay, and everything is kind of tucked in now. Good. This little paintbrush is for the inside. So I will glue that. You know what? What did I stamp on the inside? Wishing you everything wonderful. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So I think I used that over here. Okay, so we'll do wishing you, and it was gray granite, so it was already inked up. Okay, so there's that. And then our little paintbrush. Oh, Dawn loves the set. Good, good. You guys, it was so much fun working on creating these cards. Diane was done. Like, she's like, yep, I'm good. I don't need to do any more. But I was like, if I would have had 2 more hours with nothing to do, I could have kept going. You guys would have had 20 cards, and that would have been a lot. So we're going to go ahead and glue this guy in here. Ooh, that sounds like UPS. Yep. Squeaky brakes. All right. So there it is. Again, 3 gems over here will help offset the weight from over there. And then get a little cluster. Okay. Very nice. Okay. So next one. We've got that guy. So this is where we have our red pieces. This one is birthday wishes. So in your kit, this is a fun fold. Like this. So what I do is I hold them together so that they're not overlapping and they're just meeting each other. You can burnish your edges. So that's got a red ruler. So we have these little guys are extra for now. So I'm gonna set them over there. Let's see what's in our baggie here. Okay, number 6. And we've got the saw blade. And, oh, there's lots of stuff. The ruler goes on the inside. And then we have a wire snip. So we might have 2 wire snips documented for you guys. Not sure. But I think this might be extra for the moment. We'll see. All right. Now you have to be careful with this one. Only because you cannot glue these 2 pieces together because the baker's twine needs to go behind the red piece. So we'll let that sit for just a moment. And I think for now what we'll do is we'll glue these two. Nan can't wait to get her box. Yay! So Nan, I did see that you messaged me back, and I have been out of my emails since yesterday. We had 2 lives yesterday, you guys. We had the April class showcase. I might have done these backwards. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see if they connect. Oh yeah. Yep. So let's see here if I can pull that up. Hang on. We'll put this one here. They connected, like if you keep them in order. So Nan, I will process everything tomorrow. That's my plan. And I'll probably plan to mail your box out on Monday, would be my guess. All right. All good?
All out of stuff to do.
All out of stuff to do. All right.
Now
Huh.
back home.
Thanks for bringing, did you bring in the UPS boxes?
Yep.
Thank you very much. All right, so let's get this prepped. And we're gonna do, so this ruler goes on the inside, and we've got birthday wishes is from the sending dies. And I just wanna see here. We're gonna eyeball this one. And we're gonna use black baker's twine. So it was Diane's idea to use the baker's twine for the ribbon with this class, and it was phenomenal because it matched everything so nicely between the black, the white, and the gray granite. So we're just gonna get our tails down. Have a good dinner tonight.
Yep, I left you a note.
Okay.
Connect with me
Okay.
whenever.
Okay. All right.
It works.
Okay. Perfect. I appreciate you helping me with that.
Well, we didn't get everything done, but we got
No,
it.
I can't cross it off the list today, but I can do some of it. Like get some of it mailed out, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Every little bit helps.
I can make more cards when you have the
Yeah,
material.
so I don't know if I'll ever have those materials because those are folders that I get. And so we might just have to come up with a different design,
pattern,
a
yeah.
different design, yep, using some different designer paper maybe.
Okay.
So, and keep them like that, something flowery. So, like we should go through my designer paper and see what I have extra sheets of, like that would be a nice front focal pattern.
Okay.
And put a label on it.
Sounds
Yep.
good.
Okay,
All right.
Bye.
A good
Have a-
Easter.
yep, have a good
All right,
Easter.
I will connect with you next week.
sounds good.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so this now will go onto here, onto the black, and I think that looks good. Now this will go onto this side. Again, the black dimensionals will be nice for this. And what I would do is put the 3 along that edge, and then I would put 3 along this edge, and then we don't risk going over the edge and having to guess. And this just gets centered right onto the front. Oop, that's a little bit up high, but that's okay. This just goes right to the front. And it's a gate fold. So it opens like this and like that. And now what happens is the saw blade is going to go down here. And I think we'll just use 2 big dimensionals at the top. And then we're going to use liquid glue at the bottom. And it's not quite centered. And I just realized, okay, yep, my lines are kind of going, this is going to slide under here. It's a little bit more to the left than the right, but it's centered top to bottom. So something like this. All right. And then we're needing to get our black white ink pad. And we're going to use happy birthday to you. A card to say hello. Congrats. I wonder, yep, it's right here. Birthday wishes. And that goes on our little stylish shape, little banner. Okay, did you know, I was just about ready to center it, but it is stamped a little to the right so that the handle can go right over that side. So do it a little bit more to the right, like that. And then, what do we have on the inside? We have wishing you everything wonderful. We're gonna grab that. I'm gonna stamp off a bunch of times, okay? Or 2 times. Might as well finish this one in here. Wishing you everything wonderful. All right, then we can glue a little level in. And I'm gonna do it so it's like leaning against the edge of the page. And then for this one, this is going to go like this over the top of it. Something like that, right? So what you could do is put a piece of tape, where's my tear and tape? Right there. Always underneath something. Just to glue it right now, we could do something like this, and I think that'll look just fine. We just go like something like that. We're gonna put a little tear and tape right there to help hold it. Okay, and then we'll put a little glue behind this. But don't forget to cut your little edge off here before you put that in. Very good. Okay, good, good. Now this last little bit here, we need a track again because I don't want to put dimensionals where the baker's twine is, only because I don't want it to get bumped up there. So what we can do, so that we know that we're good, we're gonna put, we could go like a little bit right there, choose your words, put a little bit right there, and a little bit right there, because I want to use those little guys up. And then, because it's a white label, I don't see why we can't just continue to do. I'm looking for an end. Oh, this is perfect. This is good. Look at this. This is from those dimensionals from last night that I have extra. So we're going to put this right about to here. And do right here. So I'm putting it right next to it. And instead of putting it on the back of the label, I'm putting it right where I know I want it there. And then this is where the label can go, right? Oh, that turned out really good. There. Perfecto changeo. See? That turned out nice. Now, the only thing is this handle is a little flippy floppy. So you could take a little glue dot, or you could take a little liquid glue, and I would like to just secure that so it's not flippy floppy. And then there are little gems, 1, 2, buckle my shoe, and 3 over there. Big, small, small or big, whatever you want. Okay, we're cruising along. This is the, that's not popped up either. So one moment, please. We're gonna take a little dimensional back here and put it right there. Now he's more secure. Boom. All right. Number 7, we're almost halfway done. Oh man, here's this guy. This one shouldn't be so crazy. All right, as long as all the tools are good for us. So, you've got your card base and your pegboard. The pegboard, no reason why we can't glue. I almost like, do you guys see what I second guessed myself? I'm like, am I gluing the right side? All right, because it was weird to cover this up. But pegboard, that goes down first. There's nothing behind it. All right, now the label here is another one that you're going to use your Memento pad. And the birthday wishes is right in the middle for this one. Perfect. What's on the inside? Wishing you everything wonderful and a hammer. Okay, so you guys probably wonder, why do I say hammer? Just because Diane says it that way. And so I just imitate Diane. She calls it a hammer. So her kids must call it a hammer. We're gonna put it right there. All right, so let's let that sit for a hot second. Grab our toolsies. Oh man, here's the test. Let's see. I don't see a saw. But okay, we've got a hammer. We got the power drill. We got the screwdriver. We have this little guy. We have this one. And to make this fit better, we actually are going to cut off. Sorry, little guy. We're cutting off the measuring part of it. Okay, so there's that. All right, what am I missing? I'm missing the saw. And I did have a saw right here extra. So let's just, oh, one moment, please. There's a saw right here, I think. Yeah, okay, I got it. Perfecto. There. That was in my extra bag, extra tools. And then there's a hammer on the inside. Perfect. Okay. We're in business. Business. So this can get glued down. It was really cool. It looks like the hammer is hammering down a sign on the inside of the card. All right, so, isn't that cool looking? All right, so there's that. And then we're going to put that on the inside. And I gotta move all my tools. So this will go on the inside. All right, and then for our birthday wishes, what I would do is take your tear and tape. Always look underneath your dimensionals for it. One waiting in the wings over here, and one over here. And we're gonna make a little loop-de-loop. So a little tail underneath the H. Okay. And then you're gonna make a little loop underneath like that. And then make a little, oh, gotta catch that tear and tape. I don't have tear and tape over there. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Okay, so, I had it more centered. All right, so there's this. And now we'll make a little loop this way. It's gotta be really little. You think that it's not a lot, it really isn't. We're gonna go like that and have the tail come out over there. That's it, that's all we did for a little bit of thread on this one. Okay, you can take your tear and tape, cover it up, and then you can take your dimensionals here. All right. And then this goes in the bottom corner. Nestles right down in here, like that. Okay, everything gets popped up. So let's flip everything over and create our height. I'm gonna put 2 on that one. Like that. That little guy. And one in the middle here. And now we gotta cut some down. So we're gonna put one there. And then these we're gonna need to have skinny minis. Well, I guess that'll work there. And then we need even skinnier minis. Okay, so we're going to get it queso, like cheese. So skinny mini 1 there, and skinny mini 2 here. Whew, okay. Oh, we need another skinny mini, but this one can be a little bit bigger skinny mini right there. Okay, so the tip of the drill, I guess, I don't know if this will work, but just barely. Okay, so now it's a matter of getting all your tools, the backings off. Okay. Picky, picky, picky. And I think I'm going to do just a little baby section right along this edge here. Okay. All right, I got that guy hanging out there. Now this this one goes along the edge. This one will go about here. I'm not gonna press them down hard in case I need to maneuver anything. That, our power drill goes up here. The hammer sneaks in right there. And our little tape measure fits right there. It worked. Okay. There's room for 3 gems, and that's all. 1, 2, and 3. And if anything needs to get finagled anywhere else, like if you're like, oh, my hammer's not straight, just pick it up and straighten it back out. Okay? That one came together really lickety split. Good deal. And the inside's even complete. Complete with even black baker's twine. All right. Yay. Number 8. Okay, I'm starting to realize the ones that have all these little layers like this are the ones that take us a little bit longer to do. All right, so this next on our pile, I keep grabbing from the pile. Okay, underneath here is where our labels are gonna be, our white inside, we have black. All right, our designer paper is this one. And what happens is this gets glued, and I feel like we could do a little bit of glue action. Oh, this can get glued, yes. So let's get that glued. Let's see what else we can do here. So that just gets centered top to bottom, left to right. Okay. Now, this ultimately is going to get glued right here, and it kind of fits right in the middle of that. But there's a saw blade that is actually tucked underneath. Ah, there's my saw blade. You guys, I was missing a saw blade. I don't think, yep. So there's the extra saw blade from the card, the other card. So here's one. And let's see what else we have in here for goodies. All right, so we have this level. The big level goes through here, like that. We have the saw blade is going to sneak back underneath here. I've got my blue tape measure. I've got a pencil, the yellow and this, and let's see what the inside has for now. That, and then this might be extra. So we'll just set that there for now. Okay, this uses the black ink pad. So we're going to grab that and let's stamp the wishing you the happiest of birthdays. There. And then I think probably wishing you everything wonderful. Good. And then the white is right here. All right. Good. Okay, that's it for the Stampy Stampies. And this has the little yellow guy in the inside. Okay, so I think what I'll do, because I'm going to glue a couple things. I'm going to glue the back of this, and I'm not doing too close to the edge, so I can sneak my saw blade in there. What do I want to do here? So this will go right about here. The baker's twine goes over the top of that. So there's that. We're going to do the little snips here. Okay, and then part of it's hanging off, so I'm going to cut that before I glue that in. Okay. Little glue here. Like that. Okay, so there's our inside. Very cool. The yellow and the black. I really like that a lot. Okay. Let's pop this up like we normally have been doing on the top, and then it's going to tuck in behind the black. Remember, I didn't put too much glue way up at that top, so we've got that ready to go. And then we can do tear and tape sandwich. I told you guys, there's a lot of tear and tape action going on today. So this is going to go right here and here. And I've got 2 black lines and 1 gray line. So we're going to just kind of cut what we think we need here. 2 black and 1 gray. Like that. All right, so let's flip this around. We're going to do the gray one in the middle first. I just center that. Perfect. Right, so there's 1. And then the other 2 just go on the top and the bottom of it. You could, if you wanted to do 2 gray and a black and then outline the black. It might show off a little bit more, but I went for 2 black and a gray. And then tear and tape, ready, waiting, and then pick that off. And let's glue that on. All right. This goes right onto the front. Something like that. All right. So then our ruler, that's going to get popped up, I think just on the ends. So let's just go here and there. And I think I want to pop up, that gets popped up on the top. This little guy, I've got one right there. We're going to put that right on the bottom here. Okay, and then the reason I didn't put a dimensional here is just because I want it to go flat, I think, underneath my label. So this to go there, and we got to tuck our pencil in. All right, so here's what I would do. Again, we've got the whole like baker's twine kind of going on. So I'm going to kind of go along the edges here so that twine can go through the middle there. And let's grab one more right there. Okay. And I know that this side, nothing goes underneath. So what I could do is just get this secured in the spot like that. And it's going to stick now because it's got the adhesive holding it right here. Now I could, oh, that's already ready to go. I could take my ruler here and finagle where I want it, how I want to see it. I wanted to see that little blue part. I put it underneath on this one, but I really liked seeing that part that tells you if you're straight or not. So let's put it like that so you can kind of see it. Like that, I guess. Okay. And then this little guy needs a little bit of glue over there. And he's kind of like writing up the sentiment label. Something like that. And now we have to stick our pencil in here. So what we're going to do is put it like that. Okay. So it's kind of set now. I think we're good, something like that. But now we got to still pick off this stuff. But it helped us get stuff to lay it down and know exactly where it's going to go. And now when we set that down, that'll help us secure our pencil in order. And then this is going to get a little liquid glue right there. Guys, I got to keep my glue. It's getting to the end here, so I got to go like that. And then that's going to go something like that. Now, let's see. The pencil is still wiggly, okay? So what we're going to do is help it out. I did put dimensionals back there. Oh my goodness, I sure did. So he wants to come out. And let's see what we can do here. This strip is just the right size for him. So we're going to pick that out, put that back, and now he can slide in. Oh man, come on, little guy. He was behind the yellow, I think that's why. Okay, so there. So there. Cool. A little more angle. All right, black, 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 and then 2 blacks on the side for some gems to add to it. But this, oh, I gotta take the dimension off, you guys. The back, haha. Put that right there. Okay. Think we're good. Everything's kind of secure. Good to go. I like the yellow and black cards together. There's just something that pops with them. Okay. Oh, you guys doing okay? All right, it's currently 3:20 in the afternoon, and we have like what? We're on number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 6 left. I don't think that's too bad. Okay, so let's see what we have next. This one. All right. I'll have to remember this the next time we make 14 cards in a class. Oh, I gotta go get that background stamp. I think I forgot that. We used that last night. All right, vertical, and let's see, we need this designer paper. And I need to go get that textured timber stamp set for that. You're the most awesome. Let's stamp that. and that goes inside. It's to the right a little bit more than it is to the middle, right? Because we have that handle that comes down over here. Yes, Susan warmly loves long glasses. Okay. Helps you guys get some, I don't know, are you guys creating other things, or are you working on cutting your tools apart? Like, what are you guys working on while we're doing all this? You're the most awesome dad is what we have on the inside. Oops, I just rocked it, but I think we're okay. So there's, you're the most awesome. And then the inside is dad. So let's grab the dad back from over here. Dad. That's what Tigger says to Tyler. Dad, where were you all day? Dad. And so it's me talking for Tigger though. And I say it like, Dad. Like if Tigger had a voice, right? How would Tigger sound? All right, so there, you're the most awesome dad. All right, so let's let that marinate. And I need to go, guys, I need one moment. It's gonna be good to stretch my back for a moment. All right, I got this prepped. We're gonna go get textured timber really quickly. Honky doodle. Okay, so we've been using this set quite a bit. When we first got it, it's great for background textures, and we've really just used that one so far. It's great because it adds a little bit of a background to it. And what we're gonna do is that should be done. And we have gray ready to go. This is horizontal, and we're going to do second strength. So we're gonna stamp off and do the bottom. I missed a little spot over there, so I'm gonna capture it again, and then we're gonna go right next to it. I don't like it, so hang on. There's like a rhyme and a reason to it. So I'm gonna go up here and then have my line be in the middle where that thing is. And then we're gonna go right, I'm gonna flip it this way. There, I like that better. Okay, and then we're gonna flip it this way. And then do this one. We're gonna flip it, it's like it matches better. And right here. All I did was create some background noise, okay? In gray granite. So we can glue this and, well, let's grab our tools. Let's see what we got here in our tool bag. We got red tools this time. So we have the channel lock, a wrench thing, and then a wire snips. I have, and the inside is that one. I'm gonna go back to my pile over here. See if I have, this guy belongs there. And this guy belongs here. Okay, very good. There should be a red pencil. Oh man, here's a red pencil. Very good. So for my extra pile, they maybe just got in the wrong bags. And then there is that thing. Hey, I've got it right here. Okay. So that bigger one, yep, and I don't know if these are the same size. Yes, they are. So one's for the inside. Now, I don't think I need that, and that's now extra. Okay, so we're back on track with tools, I think. We're still doing good. All right, so what we can do is we're gonna glue this down. Oh my gosh, Carmel Linda's worked ahead and she just has 3 more cards. Oh, you love the class. Okay, good. I'm so happy. And then Hope is working on cutting out the tools. Great, okay. Good deal. All right, so we got that. I'm putting your pieces together for each card in each envelope. That's good. So you're organizing. Organizing is good. All right, so I got all of this one on the bottom here. Oh, stuck to my finger. Let's try again. All right, so remove that up just a hair. All right, now we can get a little bit glue happy. So let's glue, glue, glue. We can glue this, this, and this down. All right. I always like to maximize my gluing adventures. I'm gonna glue 3 things. If I can do 10, I'll do 10 too. All right, so this is gonna go down onto the card front, like that. This one goes onto this piece like that. This is our inside, like this. Okay. All right. Then we need some tearing. Oh, and this one also. Let's glue this. Now this is centered on our card. Top to bottom, left to right, basically is what we did with this one. So just get that right here, like that. Okay, good deal. Tear and tape. Tear and tape, we've got 2 here waiting in the wings. And then we're going to figure out what's our top and our bottom. I'm gonna go with it like this. Okay, so then we need tape down here and here, and we need the gray granite, and we need just long enough to do 1, 2, like that, and then some maybe like 4-inch ones over here waiting. Okay, we can pick those off. Okay, so this is another way what I would do. So, because I'm not certain exactly where I want it to go, what I would do is put my track at the top here, my track at the bottom, and I need a little bit more right there. All right, so I've got where I'm going to pick the top off. No, I'm not going to pick the top off. Hang on, I'll do it opposite. We're going to pick the bottom off, okay? This will help us with our tools. So we're going to pick the bottom off and kind of position that. It's lined up with the white on the right-hand side here, and you've got like a little, like a 1/4 inch, right, like that. Okay, so that's where that goes. Now we know where we want our baker's twine to come out, right in the middle of that. So I'm going to center that, and I can bring that down because I haven't picked that off. Okay, so there's one, and then the next one goes next to it. Again, you can lift up the top so you don't have that picked off. All right, now you can get these centered, because I tried to center them between. All right, then while we have a little time here, a little wiggle room, we're going to try to get these underneath here to have them waiting for us. We'll just set them off to the side like we did on that other card. Just let them hang out over there for now. All right, then we can put our tear and tape down, and this got popped up with some dimensionals. That, okay, we finished another sheet, yippee skippy. Back here to another one here. All right, so then these can all come off. And then this will get lined up. They actually should fit between the DSP. And you have a little bit more red on the top than the bottom. And that should fit right about here. You could bring it up just a hair. Okay, so far so good. Now our tools. All right, there's a lot of tool action here. So we're gonna need, like this one's gonna be perfect for this guy. And you might have too much that you just need to trim off the bottom, like that. All right, so this one's gonna be kind of hanging out over here, like that. Then we've got, let's grab this guy. He will be good for a little bit right there. This one will put some going this way. Our little snips here, we're gonna put some right there. And now this guy, he is super, super, super skinny. He actually would need to be a little bit thinner what we got here. So we're gonna go to the side here and cut our little thin one right there. All right, skinny, skinny mini. All right. And I would actually trim a little of that off so that when you put this in here, this one's going to hang out right like this. Now, do you see that's hanging out a little bit like it's gonna go bending back? We gotta fix that in a moment. It needs a double-decker sandwich there. So this one's gonna go, and again, I would trim off, give it a haircut, it's okay. It'll fit in here better, like this. It looks like Little Shop of Horrors, like the mouth from the plant, like coming to eat you. All right. This one, oh, this is extra. No, that might be extra. One moment, please. This one, again, I'm only cutting off the inside one, right, like that, because then this, it's gonna cover up two of them. I wanted to make sure I covered up two of the holes over there, so I saved some gem action, right? So that's gonna go like that. The pencil, you know, I would just glue this guy down. You're doing your Nature's Sweetness with no color. Okay, so you're doing the monochromatic look. Good, good. Bump it. Your card number 2 is your favorite, but this might bump it to number 2. Ah, very good. All right. Now, my little pencil can skimmy in right there. Right? And then we're going to need some help and assistance. Oh, we can't do it yet. So I do have this extra. I must not have needed it for this one. So what we can do, we can finagle this guy and move him over just a little bit and bring him up a hair to give some more height. This one, it's curving backwards only because we need a double-decker sandwich for that. So I'm going to grab off the side here and we're going to help it and give the assist so that it's double high. And that's what it needed. Otherwise it's bending backwards. Okay, now it's going straight out. All right, so now that we have that done, what we can gently do is we have all the things. Go in here and pick off the dimensional. And when you do that, it's gonna squish all of your tools down, flat, perfect. And then now we can grab our liquid glue and help that handle go flat. Okay? Again, I put it over purposely over the top of these two. So you have 4 on this side and 2 on that side. I know it's 6, but it'll look fine. I think it'll be good. Now, this is hanging out here ready for us. Now, if you need more because it's hard to tie the knots, just cut yourself a little bit more. I'm being very conservative because this is really all I have left. And I don't know when I'll need more. So this is just hanging out over there. And, okay. I don't know, I think it's good. Now again, I'm not putting gems on at the moment. I'm gonna have Chris Duderanke help me do that later. So, like, there's 4 here and 2 there. I'm gonna make sure she gets her cards done as well. All right. Okay. Number 10. Oh man, this is kind of like a repeat of the Sweet Class and the Escape. Just kind of made it more pink though, for a little more feminine. Oh man, you guys, I like brought my cup away and it put water on my dimensionals. Okay, I'm glad that that landed there and not on the cardstock. Okay, so Pinky is next. This reminds me of Pinky from Pac-Man. All right, so we've got this and we need this piece right here, the bottom. Oh, I bedazzled the drill. Tyler hated it. He's like, this is not right. You can't have a bedazzling drill. I'm like, yes, you can. It's a card. We can make it however we want to. So you guys, Tammy and Anna and her mom, they die cut these pieces for you. And the handle here, super cool. This will go on here in a moment. You have your inside, a little strip for your label. Lots of tools going on. So I've got a thank you. So let me find my thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Where's thank you? It's right here. Perfect. Okay. Let's put you right there. All right, let's get this stamped. And then I think I just have a paintbrush on the inside. So, the nice thing about these cards, you guys, is really all you needed are sentiments. And you can make them be whatever you want them to be. And let's grab the baggie. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. All right, so that's number 10. And I think there's a paintbrush on the inside. So that'll go here. We have little tails coming out. There's that. And we have this. I got different pieces. It's okay. I've got a couple different pieces from what the card sample is, but we're going to make it work. It'll be okay. And the hammer's facing the other way, but we're going to be good. So on this one, I did not have an inside stamped. So what we're going to do is we're going to just glue him. And then we're going to glue this piece of designer paper down. So we get those two things done. Like this. And then this one can go here. It's flush along the bottom, right? So we're going to make sure we got two sides good. And then we can always trim off. Yeah. Yeah. Tyler likes the tool cards. He absolutely loves them, but he doesn't like them when they have glitter paper on them. All right, so I'm just trimming that little snibble off. And we need 3 lines of white. So we're gonna do 1. So you guys, I think by now, you got my drill for like when we're using baker's twine. 1 is not enough, 2 is not enough, because I like odd numbers, so 3 is a good number. So what we can do, let's grab our tear and tape. I told you, lots of tear and tape here. Going through lots of tear and tape. And 1 more here. And it just helps too. I love to put ribbon or something extra to help with the transition of like a designer paper to like where the seam is. So I'm gonna try all 3 of these here. See if I get all 3. And pull them here. Okay, there they are. Ooh, there's a big knot in mine right there, but it'll get covered up because of that toolbox. All right, and then this, and all right, so we're gonna flip these both over and prep them with their glue. All right. Oh, Polly is loving these cards too. Okay, awesome. I'm glad that you're loving them. Like this, and the inside, and then you guys, when you sit down with that tools paper, it was just so much fun to sit and play with it. All right, so there we've got the core done. The base is done. This little guy right here, this toolbox, you can see I got some score lines going on. That's extra. You don't have to do it, but if you do it, I'm going to show you how you can do it if you want it. So I'm going to grab my scoreboard, because I love to use the scoreboard for this kind of stuff. And I'm going to put it right in the corner here, and I'm going to do 3 ace from each side. So 3 ace from that side and 3 ace from that side. It leaves the middle section a little bit wider, but it's still good for me. So I think I can find this guy's home here. And put this back how it belongs. And so now I just scored it. It's not quite, like the middle is just a hair bigger, but it's equal distance, so it's fine. Now, how do you do this? Ha ha ha. Okay, glue dots. Okay, so on the front of the arm here, I'm gonna put, actually what we're gonna do is put the glue dot here on that side and this side, okay? And now what will happen is you can connect your arm, this handle part to it, right? That just connected it. Done. That's it for that. We're going to prep it with same concept as we've been doing this whole time. We're going to prep this with some tear and tape, not tear and tape, dimensionals. So that's okay. The bottom one can come off. It's the top ones I don't want to come off. So this one can come off, but these should not come off. So let's put this right here. and leave it on. Oh, it got crooked. Okay, I'll leave you like that. I just need a little bit more. One little guy. Oh, we're just gonna cut this like that. Okay. All right. So don't go picking these or these off. The bottom one's fine, because now what can happen is this is going to allow us to put this onto the card and have it in position like this. Okay. Then for this guy, you're going to use tear and tape. I would take a piece of tear and tape and go across the back here like this, pick it off, and then you're going to connect like that. So I connected it with some tear and tape. Then what I would do, you could also have just put a dimensional there, that would work too. Either way. Okay, but we're gonna pop up. So like this is hanging out up there. We're gonna put one more right next to it like this, okay? Then, so this guy's gonna sneak in here like this, right? Okay, we can pick this off right here, this back one. That can come off. And then what happens is these can get picked off. Don't worry about the bottoms, because when we peel off this inner one, that'll secure these tools for us. So this is gonna go right about here, okay? Then our hammer, because our hammer's facing the other way, I'm wondering if we put so he's too long. So we're just gonna give him a haircut. I don't like it back, like to me that looks backwards. So I wanna maybe put this guy over here. This one, this blue one would look cool right there. We've got the little legs here. It looks like upside down legs. That could go in there. This, I believe, could, okay. Oh, you know what? This guy could go over here. So the thank you, I'm just playing with this to see what I've got. This goes in the middle to cover up. So you're only gonna have a gem there. Then this could go like this. That could go in the front like that. Now, if you have extra tools, I'm just gonna go to my extra tools thing and see what I've got in here. Got another one of those for the blue. I like to stick with the blue color or gray, just because, and that's red. That's all red. Okay. Oh, here's that guy. Oh, we already have one of those. All right. So I think that's what I end up with. If you can find another little wrenchy, that could work. Like if you go to your paper here, I don't know what you guys might have left. I don't know, that probably got used somewhere. But here, like if you have this one over here, like that little edge thing, that could get pulled into here too, just to have an extra thing in here. Let's just, I don't know if you guys have that or if it got used in a different card. At this point, I'm utterly and totally confused with the tools. I know you have enough to be creative with your cards, and you can improvise, like especially with that, like that blue level like we did. We used it in 2 cards, so you can pull from the other paper pack, or the other sheet, I should say. And I also have like this little guy. Like you can honestly, like that could get stuck right there and no one would know that that little guy is not a whole little guy, right? All right, so I think what we're gonna do is this is gonna get a little dimensional, and we're gonna put it on the bottom edge here, like that. And then we're gonna use liquid glue. And let's get this kind of put down. No reason why we couldn't get that little guy right on there. Okay, and I'm debating about, you guys have your classic matte dots. You could always put one there, depending on what your tools are doing. And I don't think, oh yeah, you could put that down just a hair too, like that. There, then it covers up the holes, and then you just have that one left. Then this little guy, thinking I might put it like that. That looks nice there too. I'm playing, you guys. Now I'm at the point where I'm playing. Oh, there he is. Ha ha ha. He was hiding. I wanted more, and now I got my more. Yay, yay. All right, so I can now do potentially, like if I go like this, and let me grab a glue dot here, a glue dot, the dimensional, and now this little guy can get in here. My little legs, my upside down legs, they need these help right like this. And one like this. You guys, this is where these foam strips come in really handy. Okay. And then my little legs, upside down legs, can fit like there. Bring that guy to the forward. Okay. Then this one can go over here. I'm trying to figure out a way. I feel like this could actually go like that. Or it even could go, nope, and it's going to go like this. And one little guy is going to get tucked down. Okay. We're on a roll now. So this one is going to go on the back end here. And we're going to do liquid glue on the part that is popped up by the pink toolbox. Okay, and then we're going to cover up 2 of them and leave 2. Okay, and then this, we're just going to glue this flat. I'm good with that. And do we put a channel? Oh, we could put a channel lock in. The hammer's good there. So what we're going to do for the hammer is grab a dimensional, and we're going to have that coming out like some height right there, and we'll put the channel lock right there. And I think we'll just use a glue dot for that because that's already popped up right there. So just grab a glue dot. Cool. All right, so these are extra at the moment. All right, now here's for the final thing that you need to do, because these are kind of all this left in here. You gotta do your surgery and either find where that paper is back here. That's where our tweezers comes in very handy, right? And pick that off. And then pick this off. Good. Get that out of there. And now when you press that down, all your tools, the bottoms of your tools are going to be nicely secured and nothing's really flippy floppy, right? And then you have 1, 2, 3 little gray dots that will look great on the pink, and then you could use white ones on the gray. Okay? It's like you need to have the proper tools for the surgery. All right. Whew. Okay, so this one was the workout, you guys. That was the workout for today. That one made me work for it. An upside down wrench on your host code. Oh, what do you mean? Upside down wrench on my host code. Okay, so Debbie, you're going to have to help me understand. Are you talking about my host code on where? On my website? But like it doesn't connect to me. I'm not connecting the dots with what you just said. Help me. It's been like a long class so far. So, okay, on to this guy. It looks like we have four left, and we're going to make it happen, you guys. I'm doing okay. So, this is an extra piece here. All right, so let's burnish this. And this piece, all right, so this one is going to get glued flat. So this one is going to get glued flat. Okay, so we're going to get these glued right away. We're getting to the end here. That and that. Now this one sits on the left-hand side, centered top to bottom, with the same margin on the left. And then this is from the radiating stitch dies, and that is going to get centered on the designer paper here, like so. All right, then this popped up with dimensionals by the extra tools. There is one, oh, this guy right here. Are you talking about this little guy right here? This little wrench? The upside down wrench. This is actually a red one. So I wasn't gonna use that on that last card because it was pink. And we're gonna grab a couple more here for good measure. All right, so this is just going, I get it now what you're saying. Ha! The hose goes here and there's a wrench there. I understand now. On the glass mat, you have a tool over the hose code. Yep. So you guys you're talking about this red one, right? I think that's what you're talking about. And it's red. I definitely don't want to put a red one on there. I think that's what you're talking about, is this upside down one that was prepped and ready to go. So this is actually, I'm going to put it so my little circle screws are at the, whatever, these are the screws and those are the bolts. I'm going to put it like this, I think. And now this is centered here with the same margin on the top, bottom, and right hand side is what I was going for. Like this. Okay? All right. Now, this inside has, oh, that blue. Let's see what I've got in my baggie of fun. Number 11. And let's pull these out. Now, this is where, you guys, this is really, this little guy, he can get used in here if we want to. I don't know if I have it, but we'll see. So this is perfect. That's that guy. We have the level here. We have we have a hammer here. I don't know if we need that. We have the paintbrush. This is like a surprise. This is that guy. This is that. And we need the blue saw. So, the blue saw, I'm going to grab off from over here. And I might as well use it. So, I believe there's only 2 saws that are blue handled. I might be wrong, you guys, at this point. But I had another little blue handle here, so I'm just going to use it. And I'm going to show you how I would, if you want the middle out here, I think it looks nice, clean, but if you want the middle, what you could do is just pierce through here and you cut a circle around and you can get that out of there. But I think I'm going to leave it white. This, we could throw this in there. That's just a little surprise for me. That's just hanging out in there. All right, I don't know if I need this hammer, so we're going to go over with that over there. So we need gray granite and thank you again. And he is right here, I think. Yep, perfect. Okay, and then I left the thank you blank on the inside. So we're just going to do a little stamperoo here. And it's more to the right, centered top to bottom. I see that I've got it really close to the edge there. All right, so that's it for our gray granite stamping on here. And what we can do now is glue and glue. All right, so this, and then that. This little white thank you is going to go flush on the one side, right? Just like this. So you do have a lot of Lost Lagoon hanging out over here. It's okay. We cover it up with a paintbrush. And then we have this over here. And any little part that hangs over, we will cut it off. Perfect. All right, we're making progress. So we're going to glue this in. And flip that up, and that goes in here. Definitely love the Lost Lagoon tools. All right, now we're going to do the same kind of concept with this one. We're going to grab our tracks here with our tools. Look at that. Okay, so now find the bottom. Okay, so there's the bottom. We're going to pick this off. Just the bottom pick off. And we're going to find a home for it right here. It's kind of aligned with the designer paper right here. All right, now we get to build things. So let's get our dimensionals on the back. And you're going to have this just barely, so like you don't know how much is really not there, right? So this goes just so that you can see that peak goes right underneath there. All right, the paintbrush is going to go there. Let's get the snips in here. I just did a realized here. That needs to tuck in here, okay? So we're gonna put a little dimensional. I actually probably even need less than that. This little dimensional. and the handle is just gonna barely, like, you don't even know that it's not all there. So it goes something like this, right? And then the paintbrush comes along and covers up that tool like that. Super fun, right? Like, that's what's so fun with these tools is you think, well, I don't have a whole tool. What am I gonna do with it, right? Well, utilize it, cover up the end of it so that you don't know that you're missing it, right? So we're gonna put a little dimensional right there. And now this is gonna hang out right, look at that. Isn't that cool how that covered that up? Like you would never know that tool is not continuing down like that. All right, now the saw blade, I'm gonna put one dimensional here. He's gonna tuck in over there. Again, you're just barely noticing that it's there. And then this little guy, same thing happens with him. Now I think we're gonna need some side guys here. And so watch this, like you're gonna put it just so that it's so fun. And then this little guy, you could even have him coming out right over here if you want. Now he's extra. He's like a bonus for me. I didn't know why he was in my bag. But thank you, Barb. I'm going to use it, right? So we're just going to put a little dab of glue and have that come in right there. Fill in that gap. Mind the gap, right? Fill that. Now, here's the thing. This one's attached and up here, so you got to be very careful. Now pick this up. Pull that waxy paper out. Boom. So now all of our tools are secure at the top, and then now they're secure by being pushed down. This one right here could use some assistance by just putting a little dimensional right there. That's it, right? Fun, you guys, fun, fun, fun. We're not done. There's a little overhand knot just hanging out because we didn't have ribbon on this card. We're like, well, how do we add ribbon? Gotta add ribbon to every card, right? So no, you don't. You could leave it. You don't have to, but if you want to, you just take two pieces and you're gonna make an overhand knot like this. Get the tails through there. Boom, okay? Grab that mini glue dot, right, like this. And it's gonna go right along the edge there. And it makes it look like, I don't know, just adds a little bit right there. And trim your tails, trim your tails. Okay, this one has two grays, big and small, and a little one right there. Done. Finito. It's so fun. Like you probably think, well, you did that too fast. Like I'm gonna have to watch the replay. Like it was so much fun for me to figure out ways to show you that I had just that little nubbin of the drill, and what am I having, or whatever, not the drill, like that one, it's right there. You probably think to yourself, what a waste. Why would they put that little screwdriver like that on there? And that pencil too. Why would they do that? Well, figure out a way to use it. And that, you don't even know that the whole flathead screwdriver is not there, right? I loved it. It was such a fun challenge to like, you see how we could use as many of the side tools, like not to like trick you, but just to show you, hey, you can use the side tools. Okay, 3 left. 3 left. Take a deep breath. Take a drink of water. My mouth is getting dry. I think this will probably be officially my longest class ever. All right. I remember I did a fun folds back in the summer of 2020. That was about 3 hours. And now I think I've just surpassed it. All right. So, gray granite base. Another one with lots of trickery for you guys. Okay. This is what we got. We have our little baby ruler right here. And I'm going to put a card to say hello with my white black ink pad. And we're going to inky dinky do. Now, 2 calls. You could do yours like that, or you could do it like that. I'm going to keep to it where my lines are on the bottom. My measurements are on the bottom. Vicky loves the pink toolbox. Yay! When your sister left for college, your dad got her a pink toolbox with pink tools. I love it. Awesome. All right, so we're going to find a spot to stamp this. And where that long one comes up here, like the 1-inch mark, that's where we're going to put, I guess we're going to try to look for some gaps, I guess. Maybe, maybe not. So right about there is where I'm gonna go. And on the inside, that guy. Okay. A card to say, hello, you called. Is it me you're looking for? Then we're gonna just take the scissors and we're just gonna cut like a knife right there and there. All right, and then we're going to take the tear and tape, one waiting over here. We're just gonna do our little loop-de-loop action with the black. And I don't generally cut it off when I'm doing something like this because then I waste it. So I just go and put a little tail there, little loop, a little tail, and a loop. And then I cut it exactly, and I really don't waste anything, but that little end is frayed. So right there, I hardly wasted any of it, and we're just going to pop another piece of tear and tape right there. And okay, we can save that. That's just like gonna hang out for right now. So the wheels on the bus. Do I say the rest of it and get in your head for forever? Go round and round. What I would do is find the wheel and put a little glue dot at the tippy top of it, like that. And now what I would do is set my wheel where I think it needs to go, and then put this piece kind of where it needs to go, like that, right? So it's kind of like the wheels are along the bottom edge, which is, I'm good with. Okay, so then this one, we're gonna kind of set it where I think it needs to go as well. And kind of prep this piece, capture that wheel. Now, do you like where the wheels are? If you don't, you can still finagle them and move them. But to me, they're centered here and they're centered good enough. I'm good. I'm gonna let it be, let it be, let it be. And this is all gonna get popped up. So let's get a lot of popping going on here. I thought it looked nice popped up. So if you guys want, you can glue yours flat, but something like this is good for me. All right, so let's pick those off. Boom. All right, this just goes right onto the front of the card. You know what? Before I do this, I'm just gonna measure my drawers to make sure they're not overhanging any amount, okay? Because I could trim them. Oh, they all match, so we're good to go. So now we're gonna put this right on the card front. Okay, so we did a card like this for the sweet class, right? Similar, different though, but similar. The trick for this is if you have your foam strips, you're gonna be so happy with this concept. Again, we're gonna grab and put along the bottom, and I will cut the edge off in a moment because it's hanging over a little bit. And again, the bottom of this one. So the side that doesn't have the gray edge. And last but not least, we'll cut that off. All right. All right, so those are the bottom edges. Now we're gonna do the top edges. And again, we're gonna, we got a little crooked, that's okay. And the top edge of that one. All right, again, we're gonna trim off the tops ever so slightly. And those are too short to work with, so we're gonna put them on the scrap pile. Now, only grab off the bottoms, okay? Just the bottoms. All right, so the bottom one here goes right about, just eyeballing, it's about 1/4 inch from the bottom, okay? We only took off the bottom, we're still gonna be able to tuck our tools in. And then this one aligns with the gray with the gray. So you wanna make sure you've got the gray lined up. And then this one lines up so that you're over the gray, something like this, okay? So what we've got is our drawers. We got our drawers, right? And now we can slip our tools in. All right, so let's see what I've got in my bag of fun here for tools for this one. All right, so this is number 12. Okay, water. And what's on the inside? A screwdriver. Okay, so I've got, let's see what we got. We got a level going on over here. Got this guy over here. A hammer handle over there. A pencil right there. The channel lock. Ooh. Oh, here's my C-clamp. My C-clamp should go here. I wondered about that. So I got a C-clamp. That was way back in the beginning. We've got this one's going to go there. That might be extra. Okay, the little blue guy here, that blue 42, that screwdriver, we use that on a different one. So you could easily pull in a different one that's the color of the yellow maybe. Like that might be okay. And you could even, oh, here, this one could work. Let's do him instead. All right, tape measure, perfect. We have a tape measure, so he's gonna go in there. Oh, my channel lock. So I could easily just put my channel lock in the inside. Or what else? Oh, I have a tape measure left. Or the hammer. The hammer, one of these guys. Oh, this guy, he could go on the inside actually. Just take that off and we'll glue him flat. Good, okay. So extra, we're gonna put that on the inside. We've got a card to say hello, that could be extra. Now what else do we want? I think it's too much. We've got a hammer handle. Okay, so we're getting there. You guys are getting the idea. Now what we do is we just fill the cart and we're going to glue this down. Get that off of there. Good, okay. Hello, Nancy Mole. All right, so we're gonna do this on the inside. Have that resting right there. I think we're ready for this guy. We might as well get him done. I'm going to grab, I love these strips. So they were from a kit, you guys. Honestly, I did a kit not too long ago, and I ended up with all these extra little strips. They're perfect. Perfecto changeo. Okay, so we're just gonna get the little label down. I felt like it was time to put that right here. Centered like that. And we're gonna get this glued on the inside. Oh man, ha 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 ha. How much you wanna bet all this is gonna fall out when I do this? It's okay. We gotta get stuff behind them anyways. Dimensional backs. Okay. Well, let's see how we're gonna finagle all this. So, this, okay, we need the little dimensionals. Let's grab some of these little black ones. So, the wrench. We're gonna put a dimensional at the top. Kind of put it in here. Can't have it going off the edge of the card, so you got to be careful, right? Like that is good. Pencil. Do you want the pencil popped up or do you want it flat? I actually popped it up. It's really skinny, so you're gonna have to cut a really skinny mini on the side here. All right. So let's go. Round and round we go. There it ends up. Okay, pencil going in at an angle. Right there, that is. Now, do you want anything else there? If you don't, what you can do, pick this off. Right, that's where the side pieces of your dimensionals are going to come in really handy for stuff like this. All right, so now we have our level. That's going to get popped up. It's going to go in at an angle like this. Our little pliers popped up, angled like this. Our hammer handle, pop that up at an angle, more like that, I guess. The C-clamp, same thing. Let's pop that up like that. All the bottom parts I'm not so worried about because they are going to get squished in when I pull off the dimensional. So this is going to kind of be looking like it's coming out of here. And then we have a tape measure. We're going to pop up here. And it's going to kind of be like floating up here with the edge. Good. Okay. And then this last little bit right here, you know, that can go flat. We don't need to do a little skinny mini. We're just gonna do him flat. He's gonna be popping right out of the sky. I'm good there. Okay, are you good? Do you want more tools, right? So you can pull from, like, there's this one, like, oh man, could you fit more tools? Do you really want to fit more tools? Like, you could keep building this thing until it's ready to explode, right? You really could. I feel like I'm okay though. And so we've already got the top one. Now what I'm going to do is pull this one right here. Oop, it broke. That's okay. We're just going to find where it starts again. And now that's going to squish her down those. And then now this, pull that off. Make sure your little tape measure guy stays up. And that's going to squish her down those. And now everything is good. Secure, nice, good. Very good. Gems. I got a big and a small over on the side here and a small one right there. And that's how I would build my tool cart, you guys. Like, it's really what my rocket science with it. I would say the main trick on a lot of stuff with these tools is 2 rows of your dimensionals, picking off the bottom and leaving the tops until you have your things in position. That is my biggest piece of advice for all this tool stuff and for a lot of things where you design and you put things in behind, you tuck things in. Okay, we are on to number 13, another pegboard. Now this one's trickery, gonna say it. I tricked you on this, I know I did. All right, so we have a little label there. And what we're going to do, I think we can get glue happy with both of these pieces. Let's just make sure that this is the right length. Oh, it's good enough. Good, good. Okay, so let's glue. Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance the night away. All right, so this is going to go here. Okay, centered. Then this is actually 5.5 inches long. So it's kind of cool because it makes, like, it only makes it look like you've got the strips of black. Yes, we wasted a lot of underneath area with black, but you guys, before you glue yours down, you could cut something out of the middle if you really, really, really want to zig-zag. Okay, so on the inside, we have wishing you everything wonderful with a wrench, and it says birthday wishes. Okay, let's get our white black pad, and we could do birthday wishes. And it's closer to the right side than the left here because of the tape measure. All right, so there's that. Put that right there. And then we've got wishing you everything wonderful on the inside. Okay, so that's it for this one. Okay, let's grab our bag of tools. Oh man, I think we're okay. So let's see what we got here. We have, this is okay, it's gonna be for that. Let's see, this is okay. That's okay. We've got the blue 42 here, a yellow hammer. This actually, what do I have on the inside? That guy. Okay, we're gonna switch that out. We've got the saw. We're missing a yellow pencil. Let's just see here. Let's see if, oh, I've got a yellow pencil in my extras bag here. So let's grab a yellow pencil. Again, mixy matchy, whatever you want. Here's the tape measure, was over here. All right, I'm finding things, that's good. I don't know if I could always save that for the inside, but yeah, that won't work on the inside. Oh, that could work on the inside. We could put it like, it's kind of half off. Like we could totally use that, you guys. It's totally 80 all weekend long on the coast. All right. Now, are you ready for how this goes together? All right, let's see what we can do. Let's glue this down and get this out of the way. And we're gonna put it right past so we can use our scissors and trim it. Right, let's just trim that flush now. And then that goes on the inside. So that's ready. All right, so we're down to the second last inside. All right, very nice. Okay, tear and tape for our black twine here. It's between the word birthday and wishes. So grab that, and you're gonna have a little tail coming up in the middle here, a little short, and then we got a little baby loop, little loop-de-loop action, and then another little loop. Makes it look like it's a bow, like that you actually physically made a bow, but we really didn't. Depending like on how it ends up. See, it makes it look like we made a bow, but we didn't. Then this can help there. And we have this piece, which can go right there. I should write glue on both sides, so I don't always have to pick it up and look. All right, so that's ready to go. All right, are you guys ready for this? So when you put this down, the saw is perfect, right? Nothing wrong with the saw. He's good to go. But when you put this down, and you put this down, and you put this down, and this one, and this one, and then you put your arm across it, you're gonna be like, well, how are her tools, and you might not even catch it to the naked eye, how are her tools taller and longer this way, right? Well, it's because I cut them all right? So not the saw though. The saw actually is the way it needs to be. Okay, so we're going to actually secure him to the card right now. And I'm going to try to find, I want to find, let's see if that works right. There it does. Perfect. Okay. And I'm only going to be popping up the bottom and the top actually, not the part that's through the middle there. So let's get these down off to the side here. Kind of goes right about there, right? Okay, so that's good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut these actually. So you can guess or you could leave it however you want to do it, but I know it needs to get cut right about here. Okay? That's perfect. Okay? So we're going to grab black dimensional here and we're going to put one here. And might as well do one more for good measure right there. And so we're going to, using the sample as a guide, we're going to put this one down at about the height we want it. And then we're going to make sure that we connect the dots, right? Like something like that, right? So there's a gap here. So I'll be honest, look at this. I guess I'm going to show you underneath the skirt. Like that's exactly what I did. I've taken that off a time or two to show people. All right, so that one's good. Then we're going to grab this one. And actually, we have to cut both of these, right? So this is right about here, so we're going to cut these right about here. It's okay, you can do it. And then this one's going to be taller, like this. Yep. And I think we're going to find these little guys over here. And just putting these little dimensionals on the back. You're going to act like you're connecting the dots here to make them look longer. Something like that. We can always move them a little bit if we need to. So this one is going to get cut right there. And let's put that right there. And then one more. Okay, then we're going to find a home for him up there, and then we're going to pretend it goes down to right there. This guy also gets cut. So again, that's red. If you guys want, if you have a red one, great. Otherwise, the yellow works perfectly fine too. This is called having surgery on your cards. Okay, so we got those two here. That's going to go right about here. Just going to cut this one right away. And we have one left here. And we have one left there. And we need a skinny, skinny mini for that one right there. And we've got some black. Oh, well, look at this. Let's see if we can use this. Put that right there. Okay, guys. It's like the final countdown here. So this little guy, go right there. He's gonna sneak in here. And go down here. All right, so now is the test of the public broadcasting system. Did that not turn out awesome, right? You would never know that, like, choppy down there. And then all of a sudden, wow, we got really long, like, tools on steroids here. Like, they're big, right? Bigger than Tigger. All right. So as long as they look straight to you, right? That's the important thing. And I'll be honest, like, what could you do? Like, I think popping this up and then these are gonna end up going flat is fine. Because I popped up all the tops. I did not pop through here, but what we could do is give it the assist right through. So instead of putting the dimensionals on here, we could run this line right through here to help that stick on. Oh, there's a little guy right there. And like, you know, that looks super cool. That could get, so let's just see here. Putting that dimensional strip right through the middle is pretty cool because it's going to leave the illusion that the tools are all popped up actually. So I wonder if this is going to work just to peel this off. And what we could do, just thinking here, we could grab a little bit of extra dimensional to put right there and right there for our ends. And we could do the same thing over here, right? And then when we put this down, goes end to end like that. Now they're a little bit loosey-goosey, but I don't think that anybody's gonna sit here and pick it apart. And then this part goes right about here, and you're gonna have your pencil coming across, right? We've got a little dimensional that we just gotta pick this up. This is gonna come across like this. Right? I think that's super cool. Now he needs a little assistance though, because he's going to be flippy. And then our tape measure, you got a dimensional there. So we really only need probably one more dimensional on the back end over here. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue right on the corner there to help that hang out right there. Okay. Now the pencil. What do we want to do with the pencil? I feel like it needs the assist. And okay, let's see if we can get this on here. It needs a really skinny mini, but I don't feel like cutting a skinny mini, so we're just gonna do this. Okay, and then there. Now it's a lot more secure. I feel like I want more down here too, so let's just cut that guy and put it back over here. Okay, I'm good. This one sucked some energy out of me. But it's good, right? Like, I think this is one of my favorite cards in all of the whole class. It just, this is your guys' tool wall. That's just all your tools hanging up so nicely put away, right? At the end of a project that they're all put away nicely. All right. We're down to the last one, you guys. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you guys, I don't know if I noticed gems here. I had just 2 gems. Big ones on the ends because you have some open space here and here. All right, the final countdown. Easy peasy lemon squeezy on this guy. All right, let's make it happen. We have a black card base. Burnish it. All right, you've got your DSP cut here. You've already got your embossing done here. So we are going to adhere the black embossed piece, and I've got it like 2 rows down there. I think I'm good with that. You could maybe move it up a hair and see just another little bit of black coming out right there. My black embossed piece is a hair shorter than the DSP. If that happens, thanks Donna Winter, have a great weekend as well. If that happens, all you gotta do is grab that and make that happen. Cut that off. And grab your tear-in tape And we're going to make 2 waiting in the wings. I think that might be it for the tear and tape. We can retire you for the evening. And this. And we're going to be using white. So let's cut about 6 inches twice of white. Like this. I think that's it for this and this. Put these away. It's always nice to finish up using something. All right, now we're going to take both of these and have them catch the tear and tape on the back side, just like so. And take off the tear and tape, liquid glue, action, onto the card base, okay? Perfecto changeo. Nice. All right, we have here Happy Retirement with our black white pad. We're going to stamp that, and it's gonna go right, so this is the heartfelt hexagon, and it's punched out in white and black for you. So we're gonna do the black first, here, inked up. Now, it was too white around the edges, so we definitely needed to zhuzh it up around the edges and give it some character. So we used the Gone Fishing. Fishing, like the water stamp is what happened, is what we used. I'm looking to see if it's out here. While I'm looking to see if it's out here, we're going to grab our bag of tools. See what we've got. Haha, that doesn't go there. But we've got our pencil. There's our pencil. And what's the inside? Oh, the level, which we don't have a level anymore. So we're going to use a paintbrush. Okay, we need to find the Gone Fishing. So let me just see where the stamps got set over here. Let's see if we pulled out. It's this water here. Water. Nope, it's right there. Perfect. So we got it. It's not lost anywhere. And which one did we not? Oh, congrats. Oh, congrats. Okay. So we did not use this thank you. So let's flip this guy off. And not like give it the bird though, right? Like just take it off. All right, guys, choose your words. Congrats. Right? So it says happy retirement. Oh man, I just did the gray. So I would rather have black. So one moment, please. We're going to grab, since I got the gray open, the Gone Fishing, the waves of the future here. We're going to stamp off and put a little guy right there. Stamp off. This guy, this way. Okay, and we're going to do another one over here. We're just making it so it's not so stark. And then one more. I'll flip it around to do it this way. So it just added a little bit of background character to it. All right, done with that. Now we're gonna move back to our black white pad. So you guys know what I'm saying when I say black white pad. It's my white pad that I made black. All right, so we just stamped off a couple times. I didn't clean it. We're gonna put congrats there. It stood out better in black than gray to me. You probably think they look the same, but they are different. And we're going to take our scissors and now cut the label in half, okay? And what we're gonna do is put a little glue along this edge here and that edge and pull in the label here. Make sure you're kind of flush on the sides, and the same margin on the top would be nice on each side. Try to keep it straight. And then we'll pick up that side and do the same here. All right, so that's how you can make a label extended. All right. This is the paper doing the work. It sure is. It's the tape that does it for me. Good. All right, so there's that, right? Okay, cool beans and bagels. Our pencil is gonna be up there. Our saw is the perfect length for that. All right, so let's glue inside the inside mat. And the classic matte dots, you guys, I really haven't been putting, honestly, it's we're at 3 hours and 15 minutes. If I would be putting the dots on, it would take me probably another 15 minutes. And so just know I'm kind of pointing out where the dots are so that you know where to put them. This thing, I'm gonna pop this up as well. And what we're gonna do is put this guy right there. And what do I want? I want this end stuff. Let's use that. And we're gonna rip this and use this guy at the bottom. We'll use this at the top. And then I want to use one more small side guy there. I'm gonna fit it right in there. I'm not worried about the part that's underneath because you really don't see it. So this will just nestle right here. I don't know, something like this. This will go over the top of it, and we're going to pop that up with dimensionals. And I'm not going to even do any on the sides. We're just going to have it go like this. A little bit like this, and a little bit like that. Perfect. Our pencil. Now that needs the skinny minis here. So let's cut a little side hustle over here. So let's go to A and W right there. And we don't want it where, like the whole way. So we're gonna start it right about there. And that's, oh man, that was perfect. Okay. And then that peels off. A little bit of liquid glue on the pencil tip. It makes it look like the pencil just wrote happy retirement, right? We're gonna have it come out right at the Y there. Oh, I got a little bit too much of a dimensional right there. We're gonna back it up a little bit. Okay, as we wrap up this last card, what questions do you guys have? Screams of pain, or were we good? It was a delight. Like, did you enjoy? I'm gonna put a paintbrush on the inside here. Oh, you know what? I've got this little screwdriver. I think I'm gonna flip this out and put a screwdriver on the inside, or I could put the hammer. Oh man, that's super cool too. Oh, I want to do yellow. So they call me Mellow Yellow, so we might as well do that on the inside. They don't really. That's just the song, right? So, all right. Now, Carmen Melendez, are you done with all yours? Did I buy you enough time to get your 3 done? I hope I did, because I officially got my last one assembled. I'm putting my scissors in its home. Got some extra tools, gems on here. We did 1, 2, 3 over on the side. On this, you guys, I actually would have preferred to leave the white there. And I sort of noticed that got cut out of the middle. It's okay. Like, whoever gets the car is not gonna be like, oh man, I wish that wouldn't be out. But for me, I went to cut out the middle of that one. I would have left it whole like that so that it wouldn't see that ribbon or the twine back there. But we're good. We're definitely good. It's all good. Just little key observations that sometimes I see. All right, so I'm gonna put this back into its home in my caddy. I have my tools here that are extra. Now, I think what I'm gonna do is go back to the very beginning, because I feel like we did not put anything on the inside of this one. And I have now this little guy right here. I did not use a full pack, not at all. We cut up one of each of the 2 sheets of tools, and this is what's left from it, I think. This one's gonna go in here like that. And it says Happy Father's Day, so I'm gonna use my white black pad and just say, I'm gonna say, wishing you everything wonderful. I like that. That's a good sentiment. We're gonna put that right there. Definitely did not. Connie Moore loves them all. Yay. Good, good. All right. So you know what? I'm all about getting this one glued in here too. So I can say that this one's finished. Definitely did not use, I don't know, I think that this is all the tools that were left from that sheet of paper. The 2 sheets of paper. And then everybody has 2 sheets of paper left yet. Except for what they had to cut in. Now this, I wish I would have moved it down a hair, but I think I could put my gems here, like 2 white gems here. And I think that I didn't glue this one in, so you know what? As long as I'm on a roll here, we're gonna take a hot second. Oh no! Okay. Oh man. Okay, can you guys do this at home? You line it exactly right up. Oh, fingers crossed. I'll take it. I'll take it. Like, there's no shadow. It's just a little bit thicker. And then we're good. All right. Well, you can do that with photopolymer stamps, you guys. It is very hard to do that with red rubber. All right, so now I'm determined. I didn't know. Now that we've gone this long anyways, now I'm determined because I think I started putting insides in. We're going to finish this one too. This one is going to be wishing you everything wonderful. We're going to make this a retirement card. How about that? We're going to do happy retirement. And boom, look at this. Look at this. I have in my extra tools, I have this little dude again. We're going to do him. All right. So all I should have, you guys, I'll be honest, I'm not going to Stella these cards unless they're potentially the pink ones. Because if any guys like Tyler, they do not appreciate Stella on cards at all. So, and that's done. So I think that this wraps up. Because the first 3 I didn't put anything on the inside. Vicky said, I'm so good. I can't ever get it. So, you know, I can usually get it with photopolymer. I can never get it with the red rubber. And generally, I wouldn't go back and re-ink it because that ink generally should be on your stamp yet. So if you don't re-ink again, then you have like second strength everywhere else. So you guys, I gotta have my little eyes here staring at us. There's my little team mascots are going on right here. This is, they're cheering us on. They said, we did good, we got everything done. Oh, okay, so what's left for me to do, actually probably Chris, when she has a chance to help me, is just to gem them up, right? Using the classic matte dots that you guys got in your kit. Like, they're perfect. Like, all of them would get used except for the vanilla. So save the vanilla for a different project, like later in life. Definitely. All right. We did it, you guys. I'm starving. I actually am hungry. My stomach is like, you need food in you right now. But we're not there yet. We have a moment in time because Carissa was here. Oh, she helped me get a little bit caught up on stuff, right? One of the things that Carissa helps me with is pulling the names for the random winners for the drawings that we do for classes. Have you noticed I haven't been calling them lately because life is a little bit crazy. And so Carissa helped me pull the names, and then while she was here today, she helped me put the names onto the cards so that we could draw winners. Yay! Or I should say announce winners. All right, so this is something I had been doing. You guys, if you've been watching me for over a year, we used to do this with at the end of every class, I gave away some cards, right? And they were always from previous class cards. Well, she's got, I don't know, you can't see it. Oh, maybe you can here. Right there. There's a box. There's a box. Oh, there's a cattail. There's a cat. And above the cattail is a box right there. That box is full of cards, you guys. We are backlogged from July or so. And so we're going to start working our way through them at every class, announcing winners. And then these are cards I just mail out to you. So if you start to get random cards from me, you might be like, I wonder why I got this card. And it's going to have a little slip in there that says, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you so much. And so people who comment on my lives is how we're able to pull winners. So put parts in the envelopes and onto other organizing fancy cutting tools tonight and DSP tomorrow. Perfect. Sarah loves the cards, beautiful cards, love the cards. Rewatch the video. It's a serious stack, Jolene. I know. So kudos to you guys, everybody that helped with this. Jolene helped write the tutorial. Karen helped proofread it. And then Tammy and Anna and Tammy's mom, Sandy, they helped with die cutting, all of your die cut pieces. And then Rhonda Ayers helped with the embossing. And my mom and Diane and Chris and we kitted it up. Diane and I designed them. It was definitely a team effort for getting this class to you guys. And we were pretty amazed that we had 60, and we realized now that we'll probably have 72 like that, you guys. So if you didn't get this class from me and you're interested in it, you better not like wait till next week to ask me. I feel like, I don't know if I could guess this one would be gone sooner rather than later, because since Tuesday, we've already had 6 people sign up for it. When you see how awesome the cards are and what you get, the 14 different designs, it's amazing. Now, if you don't want the class itself with the kits, the tutorial is out there in my online store. It's a little bit more pricier than a 4-card class because it's 14 card designs. And so it's not $10. I think it's like, so it's normally 11. I think we have it at 20 maybe. So because there's 14 unique designs, it took us about 8 hours to design these 14 cards, you guys. And then on top of it, all the work that goes into like writing the tutorial and proofreading it, there's time involved. And so that's why it's a little bit more than another one. For those in the Inspiration Hive, just a reminder, it's out there already. It will be updated with the YouTube video link here within the next 24 hours. I'll have that updated. So if you want to wait to print it off until you see the YouTube link is on there, I'm not sure if you guys like having that link on there or not, but I usually go in after the YouTube video is done and add the YouTube link. So yeah. Take a deep breath. I've been talking a lot, you guys, nonstop talking for about 3.5 hours. My mouth is dry. I need like to slam some water. But before I went live, I slammed about 16 ounces of water. So, all right, so we're going to announce those. I will do also a random number generator to pick a winner for prizes. You guys, it was a good class. Thanks for everybody sticking with me. I don't know who was here from the very beginning. Do a shout out. Have you been in it, watching and live with me the whole time with me? I appreciate it. You guys, it was definitely the longest class I've ever done, and I can feel it in my head. So, all right. I'm going to do the drawing based off of 55 people. I don't know if you've recently, besides like Hope, you're the last one, and Connie, you're the last girls that I saw to sign up. So I'm going to do the number generator based off of that. There was somebody else that said that they signed up. If you're still watching, I will include you in the drawing. I can't remember now off the top of my head who said they also signed up for it. So I'll put 56 in here. And whoever that person was, if 56 gets drawn, we'll go back to the beginning and see who was the other person. I'll put 56 in for the random, because I feel like there was somebody else that said I signed up for it. And we'll oh my gosh, all you guys. Wow, Donna and Hope and Connie and Susan and Rose all have been here with me from the beginning. Are you guys hungry? Oh, are you hungry or thirsty, or do you need a nap? Because wow, I feel like it after this one. All right, so we'll put 56 in. If 56 wins, we're gonna figure out who that person was way in the beginning to made it to the whole way. Yay, Nan Ryan, awesome. We'll figure out if 56 wins, then they were meant to win a prize, and it was somebody who commented early on in the beginning, besides Connie and besides Hope and besides Quincy, that said, oh, I reached out to you, and I'll have to figure out who it is. So, but I'm going to put 56 in here. We're going to see who wins. We'll drop down. Faye Gabby, I stopped and went to the post office and left you going and quickly came back. Oh, Faye, that's awesome. Laura said she only missed the first card, but she's been here. Wow, 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 wow. So you guys, lots of you are here with me the whole time. All right, I'm going to hit generate. All right, so we're going to see number 36 is going to win a door prize. 36 is Suzanne Neild. Awesome, from Utah. Yay. Okay, and we're going to hit generate again. 54. That is Connie Moore. All right, 54, Connie Moore. That is a rhyme, and my grandpa would say you're a poet and you don't even know it. All right, so Suzanne Neild, Connie Moore, congratulations to both of you for winning a door prize. Aya Willa, words are hard. Make sure I get caught up on door prizes. I am pretty caught up on door prizes. I've been mailing out as you have packages, but I always know because I keep a spreadsheet. So I always know if I need to get a prize out to you guys. And Debbie said she left for about an hour for lunch and crafting with your sister. Well, hello to your sister as well. Yay. All right, so ready for some cards, you guys. All right, these cards are from the past. This was the Earthen Elegance Sweet class. I believe it was in August. We made these cards. I do not have any kits left. The PDF tutorial is always available for the sweet classes in my online store, or if you're part of the Inspiration Hive, you can go back and find it. And I have Post-it notes on the backs of these with winners. So we're going to do roll call. Drum roll, drum roll. This winner chicken dinner is Becky Schlossnagel. Yay, Becky. I have your address. I know where you live. Not really, but I have it. So I could find it if I needed to go on a road quest. Melinda Cruz. Melinda, you are new. I do not have your address. If you want your card, I just need to know your address. If anybody knows Melinda Cruz, help her find out that she's won a card. And Tammy Steckling. Yay, Tammy. You get this beautiful copper clay and early espresso. And this one is going to Kathy Jackson from Iola, Wisconsin. Awesome sauce. It's only $22.46 here in Denmark. Wow, that's pretty cold. All right. If you feed it, because, thank you. Debbie, if your feet show it because they're Longfellows. Okay. Thank you. Congrats to the winner. Okay. I'm just reading comments. Okay. But your feet show it because they're Longfellows. Okay. That must be like an extension of one of my slangs, I think. All right, so we have Kathy Jackson, and we have Tammy Steckling and Becky. I know your addresses. These will go out next week. And then Melinda Cruz, I need help from you to know where to send this to. Zany Zoo Game Night. Now, this was back in July as well. And it was really fun to pull in the animals. I liked these cards. Actually, we had a lot of fun. This one was a little easel card. It goes up like this. And it pops up like that. So super cool. Makes it look like you're in a performance and your frogs are singing fa la 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 la. No, anything. They're singing something, but not that. This is a little gatefold. And again, this tutorial's out there in case you want pictures, measurements. And then this guy is one of these. And the little piggy with his backpack, super adorbsy. All right, so are you guys ready? Da-da-da, drum roll. Sandy Wicklander, yay, Sandy. I don't even know who's won. Renee Cook, yay, Renee. Da-da-da. Karen Wetstein, yay. Karen from Chilton, Wisconsin. And then last but not least, Betty Pyle, yay, Betty. All right. So Rose Garibaldi, I will tell you really quick what happens with that. So Karen, Betty, and Sandy, I have your addresses. You're going to go on the pile of we know where to mail your Happy Mail to. Now, Renee Cook or Melinda Cruz, if anybody knows them or if you girls are watching, please let me know your address just so I can mail you your prize. I don't do much else with your address besides mail you a prize. So the question came up really quick from Rose about she wants to buy the Zany Zoo PDF. How it works is there's two options for buying a PDF from me, right? One option is you go to my online store, the online classes, shop online classes. When you're on a computer, you can do the little search and you could put Zany Zoo in the search, but these go back in chronological order, like newest to oldest. So you'd have to like toggle or scroll down to July time period. Here it is. So Rose or anybody else, if you buy the PDF tutorial from my online store, it's $11 and it's $1 extra for the convenience that for having my website. So you add it to your cart, you check out, you pay $11, okay? If you want to save the dollar, if anybody is frugal like me and you don't want to pay the $1 and you want to send me money via like Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, Facebook Pay, PayPal, a check in the mail, and you want to send $10, you can send it to me electronically and then I will email it back to you. Okay, so it's not as instantaneous. Oh, Judy Bobo didn't make it. Oh, sad face, Judy. Judy was going to come and visit and pop in and surprise me in the hive today. But so if you want to save the $1 and have a little bit more patience, like right now, I'll be on my computer for like maybe 15, 20 minutes while I wrap up stuff for this class. I would potentially see your email and you'd say, here's $10, and you send it to me and I could email it to you instantaneously. Otherwise, I probably won't be on my computer until tomorrow. I'm planning to get through emails tomorrow. And here's my goal, to work on emails for 4 or 5 hours tomorrow. And hopefully I can get back to a lot of people who emailed me in the last 24 to 48 hours and also catch back up on anybody I didn't get to replying to over the last 2 weeks. I tried to catch as many people who were signing up for classes as I possibly could or anything that needed like a tutorial sent to them or questions. But there are some people that I haven't gotten all the way through my emails. And so, Rose, it just depends on how fast you want it. If you want it instantaneous, like the happy, easy button, pay for it on my website, and my website will send you a link to download it right away. So, oh, you're a poet, but you didn't know it, but your feet show it because they're Longfellows. So there's the rest of that line. So my grandpa used to say that to me when he passed away in 2021. 2001. So like over like 22 years or 23 years ago. And so he used to say that to us when we would say something and it would rhyme and we didn't realize it. He'd say, "You're a poet and you don't know it." And now I know the rest. But you didn't know it because your feet show it, because they're Longfellows. Got it. All right, so Rose is doing it now. Perfect. Hi, Jan Farage. Loves the cards. Good. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to call it a day. I think we did good. We got a 3.5-hour class in. Chris helped me work on cards that need to go in the mail. Tammy and Anna were here, and they swapped out 2,116 cards. Well, we're less 50 because we're waiting on 2 to come in. That got swapped out for the retro swap. And then Carissa was here for 3.5 hours helping me work on bookkeeping stuff. And I'm ready to go to the bathroom, just to put it out there, you guys. So I'm not going to chitty chatter here a lot. I'm going to say goodbye. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We will see you on, no, Kelly will be seeing you on Monday for Paper Pumpkin. I might have 3 left. It's looking like I have 3 left unless you've emailed me asking for it recently. And that is include a couple people, like I think Pat Lee asked for one, and I think Laura Sullivan, I got yours, and there's somebody else that asked for one. So I think I still have 3 left. And then I will see you guys back on, what is it? I know next week, Thursday for sure is game night. And then we have the Wild Ferns on Friday. So I know we have 2 classes, and we're working on the MS benefit cards next week, Monday, and then we're kidding on Tuesday. So we got a busy week ahead next week. So, all right, you guys. Love you a long time. Lots of love, big hugs, and sunshine to you guys. We will see you the next time. Thanks, Sandy, Coy, Emery. They appreciate that. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign off. See you later. Have a good rest of your weekend, guys. I'm going to do the endy thing now. Bye.